thoughts in my mind, I can't get them out, no matter how hard I try. I need you and your heart next to mine. Yeah, I'm all about keeping it you and I. When you're here, you spark chemical reactions. Your aura strikes like lightning. Got no words, I'm just drowning in attraction. Only one way to describe it. It's electric, can you feel it? You got the only touch that takes me high. It's electric, I'm up in my feelings. Got double vision cause of you tonight. It's electric.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you boys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back, boys. Welcome back to another wonderful, beautiful... Oh god, the webcam is a lot lower. I had to do some messing around with my PC setup earlier in the weeks, boys. Earlier yesterday, actually. And yeah, everything's gonna be a little bit weird. I have to get everything back to normal. The mic works, audio really loud, music lacking. I could fix that one pretty easily. This is a pretty good one. Any groups on Alliance? I believe there is, Nemi. Yeah, I believe there is. We got Tagsy already with a 5 ready to go, boys. You see the second group, and we are good to get some 5V5 1v1 duels up and running. We got lower down the video of this thing though. Yeah, it's a little bit better for the eyes. How's the green screen? Green screen looks fine. Green screen actually looks pretty good. How you boys all doing though? Welcome back, everybody. Hope everybody had a good Thursday, and we are back to some Friday 5V5 1v1 duels. Criesbad and Tagsy got two groups. First ones available for the day. My spectator match, Criesbad and Tagsy up next, boys. Let's get the 5V5 1v1 duels in here for the day. These are the first duels of the evening, and we already got groups. I'm okay with that. Twin 10 arena skirmishes. I got no time for that. We gotta get some duels up and running. How you boys all doing though? Welcome back. We're starting off strong already, dude. Not even wasting any time, getting right back into the action. But hopefully everybody had a good weekend, man. Hey, Christmas coming up very soon, boys. Ain't that exciting? Hell yeah, dude. And apparently they're testing Anduin right now. I wasn't there for the Anduin test, but I'm gonna watch some VODs. That should be pretty good overall. Fast? Yeah, that was quick. Alrighty, boys. Switch. Got ourselves team 1 with Criesbad. Oh, really sporting that Nyalotha BFA set. I like it. We got ourselves Eversnitch. Look at he's somewhere in that mass pile. Yeah, there he is. Look at the snitching some boys to the Nazathel gods. Everstitch, yo, Everstitch and their friends. Never snitch. Yo, this guy is like, dude, this is a trio. Oh my goodness, what the hell? We got this Anton, Anto. Anto, we'll call him Anto. We got Snazzy over on team 2, ready to go on his mount. On that team, we got ourselves Decreate, Decreate, Athaman on that team. We got ourselves Taxi too, in his holiday spirits, and Ava Maria. And it looks like Snazzy is going to be going up versus Everstitch. Open it up with a big Kyrian Rogue opener. Cheap shots, back-to-back, firing up. Everstitch is in trouble, is in jeopardy, is going to hit the Rogue with a quick fear. The Rogue always has the opportunity to land a trinket and maybe reset. Is going to go for that quick reset. Did he get any dots on him? Or is it clean? Wait, the Rogue is actually so clean. Everstitch just took the time, took a couple of globals to get himself some healing. It's going to be opened up with a full Void Eruption. Void Form is active. The PI going to be tricking as the Siphon joins the fight. Snazzy taking a global to kill the Siphon. Takes a couple of those. Cloak of Shadows and a Shadow Meld. So he can get himself a full reset. Not burning advantage just yet, as Everstitch got himself his friendly companion, a friendly Necrolord Mage, together with Kevin to spit some slimes. The Rogue slash spit animation for that thing. Getting a shot onto Everstitch, having to burn a disperse as he's feeling the pressure from the Rogue. It looks like the Rogue has actually got the Everstitch on a pretty good setup. Like he's got him in a good, what am I trying to say? Like a good positional. He's getting cooldowns on him little by little. Even caught a reset without the Mindbender getting to tag him. Interesting. Very interesting. Can the shot by the Rogue yet again on an Everstitch? No outs this time. Has himself Greater Fade. Might even have to go for a Vampiric Embrace. Needs to definitely use something. Was a fear as the DFA came out by the Rogue. Trying to go for as much self-healing as he can. Gonna be the Cypher to slow the Rogue down. Stun onto the Rogue. Trick inside of it. Might be able to get an interrupt onto Everstitch. Doesn't quite land it. Gonna be the pet joining the fight. Snazzy staying up on the top platform while the Priest jumps off. Is gonna catch up on healing. Snazzy playing it very defensively. Does not want to play it super aggressive, chase it out to the Priest. At least there for a second, he didn't want to do that. Flash cut down for Everstitch. Is there interrupts? No interrupt. Snazzy actually getting himself a full flash cut. Gonna be Snazzy. A little bit, setting himself a little behind. Full Void Form up for Everstitch. Still flash shield, holding up. Strong as much as he can. Everstitch eating cheap shots back to back while Void Form is out. Could burn a bunch of damage to Snazzy. Snazzy get himself a bit of a sippy cup. Everstitch got himself the Mindbender. Greater Fade. As Snazzy trying to build comp points as best he can. Quick DFA as he gets hit by a silence. Nothing to really silence the Rogue, since Rogues are already silent to begin with. The silent deadly assassin trick available for Everstitch very soon. Fear into Snazzy, no way out for him. PI available for Snazzy if he wants to use it. Get a shot onto the Priest to get trick inside of it immediately. Gonna be the Siphon to slow down Snazzy. Does get dispersed back up as he's diving in really low. And Snazzy gets Cloak of Shadows back up. No vanish for a bit. Most likely has a Shadow Meld. I think just used Shadow Meld there in order to get himself a reset. It has the Cloak and Vanish together in case he needs an escape plan. Gonna get a Sapper to Snitch as he picks up the eye. As Snazzy got a couple of dots getting him out of stealth. But he does get a Shadow Shark open on a cheap shot, as I said. Snitch getting the pet up and running. There's going to be damage exchange while Snazzy has Snitch locked down. At least the pet is doing a bit of damage to the Rogue. Back-to-back stones as Snitch gets super low stone onto Snazzy. Does not have a way to get out of it. Going to be some healing recovery for the Priest. Quick blind onto Snitch as the pet is continuing to barrage Snazzy. Going to be that advantage by the Rogue. No Cloak or Shadows. I think there was no dots applied on Snazzy. Snitch just put out the pet and try to do as much damage as well as healing in order to keep himself afloat as best as possible. So far, there's been a pretty hard one for the Priest. This turn is very hard as here. Snazzy going in for the back-to-back Kyrian burst, quick evasion for, or greater fade for Everstitch. As Snazzy getting hit with a silent snitch, trying to survive as best as he can. Quick side hit onto Snazzy, which will slow him down. Snitch got himself PI as well as a void form. Does he have anything to survive? Just has himself the void eruption. Actually, vampiric embrace, trying to heal. Quick control by Snazzy. As he trinkets out of that CC, stun onto Snitch. It looks like he is going to be able to slam him down with that Kyrian burst setup. Man, that was a little rough. That was a little rough to watch, because the rogue just has so much control against the priest. It was actually kind of close too. It was actually close. I don't even know what Snazzy could have done differently for that duel, honestly. Let me switch out the MIGs, boys. Let me switch out the mix as Criesbad is trying to get himself the Bonzafell Caswell setup onto the rogue, looking to lob some snowballs at him with a big mortal coil horror decimated bolt setup. The rogue has the cloak shadows and smoke bomb. The succubus keeping him in combat. Criesbad has the line of sight of the rogue shadow fury, but the rogue shadow steps to kidney shot him. Could be the succubus. You see the succubus is slowed all the way down to the bottom of the pillar. I wonder if it was hit by Shiv in order to get slowed. Criesbad taking a bit of damage. Fleshcut finally getting burned. Is going to go for a huge port to get away from Snazzy, hits him with the fear, immolate, and just needs to go for a couple of those incinerates. Those should be still empowered. 1, 2 incinerates. Snazzy does get himself a reset. Looks like the Shadow Melt actually immuned one of those incinerates. The supercharged incinerate, supercharged by the decimating bolt. Snazzy got hit by decimating bolt at super low health, so those incinerates are going to do even more damage, as empowered by the Necrolord ability. Fear into a big old cast with Snazzy, unable to dodge it with a Shadow Step, but he's going to land a killer shadow to Criesbad. That Fear DRing the succubus seduction though, so Snazzy finally able to get some full pump pressure onto Criesbad. Going to be a port for the Warlock as Snazzy jumps into reset, does hit him with a stun, is going to hit him with a Cataclysm, gets the rogue out of stealth before he can get a setup. Another Decimating Bolt getting set up. Criesbad locked out on Shadow, but is still able to blast out fire spells. Another Decimating Bolt getting set up blind onto Snazzy, but he doesn't really have a way out unless he has a Shadow Melt out of nowhere. Kidney shot onto the pet, blind on Criesbad, still some kind of damage over time burning on him. Trying to see if he can land inside the Warlock, unable to, and that's going to be cheap shot as the Succubus CC enthralls the Rogue. They're actually buffing that Succubus in the next patch, by the way. 9-2. They're making it so the Succubus will make you waddle towards it. Or the Incubus, if that's what you choose to run. Mortal into a full vel dev. And that's going to be the Decimating Bolt from the Necrolord Covenant. Man, Snazzy's under a lot of pressure. Trying to make some bursts happen against the Criesbad. No Succubus see this time. Might be able to bust through the Fleshcut shield. Criesbad sees one more Incinerate Global and he'll be good to go. Oh, Snazzy trick at the last second. But then his soul just burned from the inside. Not even his outer body. His soul flared up. And Ava Maria is going to be up next. Flesh-gutted Necrolord Paladin eats an Infernal to the face though. Flesh got burned through by Criesbad very quickly. Wings are up for Ava Maria, stunning all those pets with a wake of ashes as Criesbad looking to get out of there. He knows the strength, he knows the power of a Paladin with full-blown blaring wings. He's going to avoid it as best as he can. Sending up CC. Ava Maria is controlled during those set of wings. Trying to go for a little bit of healing. But that's exactly what Criesbad wants him. Out in the open. Not touching Criesbad. Letting him get those big incinerates back-to-back Mortal Coil. He just needs one more global. That's going to be Ava Maria bubbling out of it. Criesbad really was able to turn it around heavily onto Ava Maria. Absolutely. Turn around that whole setup. And Ava Maria might be in a bit of trouble. There's going to be a Succubus CC potential with a Seduce. Oh, the Seduction does go through Ava Maria. Trinkets out of it. Break it out of the bonds that Succubus puts on him. And Criesbad is able to port upwards using the Kevin Slime spawned by Ava Maria to get a little bit of drain, a little bit of recovery. As Ava Maria is down on the underside of the bridge, hanging out by the ramp, wants to approach Criesbad really badly. He's going to try to see if they can mount up, but that's going to be Curse of Exhaustion. Hits him immediately. No Hand of Freedom to counter it. The pony just kind of runs in the opposite direction. Going to be a full fell bond with Decimated Bolt. Choosing to drop down. Choosing, I don't want to take the damage from Decimated Bolt. I don't want to empower Criesbad's Incinerates. I'd rather drop down, take that fire damage. It could put me deadly low, but I think it's a better alternative than standing out there with this madman. Criesbad is just not letting Ava Maria play the game at all. Succubus CC looks like it doesn't happen. Maybe was Ava Maria immune? The succubus was about to do stuff. I think it might have been Wake of Ashes that stunned the succubus, even though it looked like the succubus was kind of behind the paladin. Either way, Criesbad with a Bonzafell, Ava Maria with a Hand of Freedom. Just runs him out of the Bonzafell so much faster. Stun from a distance. Ava Maria is kind of low. Big Criesbad getting loaded up. Do they have anything on Shield of Vengeance just to stop that one bolt? But the Shield of Vengeance is able to do only so much. And we are in the 9-minute mark, boys. We are in that dampener, so the shields are going to be weaker. The heals are going to be weaker. And Criesbad loaded up. Criesbad, Chaos Bolt, I literally called him Chaos Bolt, is loading up yet another Snob Ball at Ava Maria, hitting him with a Conflagration. Ava Maria is so incredibly low. Bonzafell around the corner again, can't go anywhere, can't leave the post. Gonna be reflected in case there's a Hodge from the Paladin. And that's going to be immolated with a couple of incinerates flying by Criesbad. Huge damage on Ava Maria, again deadly low, but is able to recover, getting the procs for Holy Power. And is able to sustain themselves just a little longer. Wings are up for Ava Maria. Bubble not for a while. If Ava Maria could just somehow get the succubus CC out by Criesbad, just so they don't have to worry about it. Criesbad trying to set up the succubus in a position where they can get the succubus CC. Perfect trade on that Hammer of Justice. That succubus literally stood super far away so Ava Maria can't hit it. Bonzafell by Criesbad with a fear onto Ava Maria. Wants to go for an immolate with the Destiny Bolt set up again. Ava Maria able to get behind line of sight. Find some cover against all this barraging fire damage. Setting up some gavels in there. Mounted up. Maybe could do something. Maybe could make something happen. Missing the interrupts. Wings are up though. Criesbad porting way up. And Ava Maria looking to chase. Throwing in the hammers. The hammers are doing lots of damage. Stunned from a distance by Criesbad. Could be in a deadly position. Has a lot of defenses. But wants to play it as safe as possible. Especially in preparation for whoever is going to be over on the team 2 next. Flash scout up for both of them. Criesbad can't interrupt it. Doesn't have the right pet for the job. And Ava Maria looks like they finally got a little bit of recovery here. Hodge into Criesbad. And looks like Criesbad is going to have to take that beating. Mortal Call onto Ava Maria. Looks like Maria's flesh scout just burned through with a single immolate. Big Criesbad to follow as Ava Maria pops down the Shield of Vengeance. But again, the shield wanes as we're getting longer into the duel. 38% dampener. Criesbad popping off big cooldowns, has himself Dark Soul instability, wants to go for the extra chance of crit, wants to go for the big numbers, instead of it's flying through. Ava Maria again, getting a stun onto the succubus with a Wake of Ashes, does give himself a little bit more recovery here. Succubus seduction around the corner. Does Criesbad have himself a good setup? Bonzafell, Cataclysm. Ava Maria is going to have to find line inside or walk at Criesbad. One of those two will happen. Big incinerates flying. Has Reflect. Ava Maria is so deadly low. I think it's going to bubbles back up. Ava Maria was able to last out the duel until the bubble is back up and available. And Criesbad is looking for another reset around the corner. That's going to be Shadow Fury. Stunning Ava Maria with a big port. Criesbad has the high ground. Drain life at Ava Maria. I don't even know how you're still alive in this duel. I have no idea how you are still hanging on. Mortal Call trades out. Criesbad setting up some incinerates. 1, 2, and Ava Maria goes down by the time second one is out and still has one more incinerate in his back pocket. Athaman, the Mage Tower challenger over here, the Mage Tower gladiator and competitor, the Mage Tower victor, riding on a spell tome. Another Necrolord paladin. There's so many Necrolord paladins, dude. I feel like there's almost no Kyrian paladins, at least in the duel scene. Gonna be a big old Criesbad get set up by Criesbad, sending out more snowballs. Massive Criesbad with an Infernal too. Athaman might actually be in danger. Could be a bubble early here. It's gonna get a bubble. Blinded to Criesbad. Doesn't have enough holy damage. Missing Criesbad as he goes for a trinket out of the blind for the port. And just trying to hoof it out of there as far as he can. So Athaman, I think, planned out. He's like, okay, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. But he didn't expect for Criesbad to trinket it. Athaman already had in his mind exactly what he used to do. He used to make sure every global counts. And he was basically playing it out like, okay, well, I'm gonna, I guess that Criesbad isn't gonna go anywhere. And now Athaman is out in the open, doesn't have a lot of healing. Instead, it's burning him through. Might be Criesbad barely in health. Oh! Yo, Criesbad had himself just the perfect angle, the perfect setup, boys. Actually couldn't be any better. Decreate is gonna be up next. Demonology Warlock also, I think another Necrolord too, right? I think he's supposed to have a Fleshcraft shield. Like, he has a green glow of Fleshcraft. But I don't think he's just showing up at all. Actually pulling his pet back, sending out a succubus. Gonna be Criesbad with a Criesbad around the corner, getting interrupted by the pet with a sun to follow. Decreate banishing the succubus. And is gonna send some shadow bolts out thing, controlling his pet as best as possible. Criesbad might just have to focus down onto that Demonology Warlock pet, boys. That might be his best strategy here. Incinerates flying. as Decreate goes back behind the pillar with a bit of a health funnel. Actually looks like Criesbad send out a bit of damage into that pet. Gonna be the Felguard, second one, as well as the main one with the Demon Dog. Is Criesbad banishing the summoned extra external pet. Gonna be the CC on the Decreate as he's just dealing with all these pets, jumping down just so he can burn through all these pets. And he has himself a big Decimate Bolt set up. Decreate summoning out a Tyrant. They're playing the long range game, just letting the pets do a lot of the damage, a lot of the playstyle, a lot of the work. Mortal into Criesbad as he went for a port. Decreate dropped down what looked like a obelisk, maybe, potentially. I saw a little bit of fell green on their feet, but I don't know if Criesbad killed it or not. It looks like Criesbad actually get a maul back there with all those pets. How much to burn a wall? So far, Decreate has played a long range, letting the pets do majority of the stuff. Quick interrupt onto Criesbad. He really is just letting pets do everything for him, isn't he? That's actually kind of nuts. Criesbad swapping out pets, so Decreate always has this Felguard next to, or Fel Hunter next to him. Could always go for the interrupt. Trying to summon new Felguard. Does the Hunter have an interrupt? He does. So Decreate might have put him in a bad situation. Criesbad was able, I guess, to get rid of the Felguard pet, because I'm not seeing it anywhere. Fear onto Decreate has no way to counter Criesbad. Into a stun Casbolt after. Into a Bonza Fel. Does Decreate go anywhere? He could jump down. It's probably going to do a lot of damage. Yep, with an Incinerate and Drain. I think it's over. Yep, I think for Decreate, the game is over. As soon as his pet was just obliterated, as soon as he didn't have a way to summon a new one, that's where he really fell behind. Tagsy 2 is going to be up next. Stick it to his guns as an Affliction Warlock. We're seeing a little bit of all kinds of Warlocks here, boys. We're seeing Destros, Demonologies, Afflictions. So we're seeing quite a lot, huh? Tagsy looking for a bit of a, I guess, maybe try to draw Criesbad in under the bridge. He does have gateway set up and everything. And Criesbad is putting the pet next to Tagsy. Unless it's Tagsy's pet? No, it is. It is not Tagsy's pet. It is Criesbad's pet. Gotta be Trinket out of... or not Trinket out of Tagsy. It was a Dark Pact. Wait, did Dark Pact break you out of the Succubus Seduction? It might have actually. Yeah, wait. As a Warlock, when you don't have a pet out, when you press Dark Pact, doesn't it consume a portion of your health to create a shield? That does damage to you, doesn't it? Wait, can't you break yourself out of a freezing trap that way then? Technically, I mean, you probably wouldn't use it as a CC breaker in most cases because it's a shield. But could you? That's what I'm wondering. 60 minutes into this duel, a long duel for the night, boys. What's up, Silent? How you doing, my man? Got ourselves Criesbad over on the other team. With the Reflect, as Tagsy trying to push up to him. Where's the Succubus? Succubus is actually peeling back towards Criesbad, but looks like Tagsy is going to keep the dots on the Succubus, getting a lot of procs, getting a lot of damage off it. And Criesbad kind of chilling in the back. Tagsy able just to maintain the full set of dots on the pet, and probably building up for a massive drain. Criesbad actually spending the time to summon a whole new Succubus. As Tagsy goes to banish the first one, and that Succubus going back with the full dots actually. That Succubus does have the health, but it is going to have a lot of its health gone by the time it reaches Tagsy. You're just keeping it a range. That's going to be Criesbad summoning a new one yet again. With Everstitch kind of shuffling around towards the other side of the pillar. Maybe it's prep for Tagsy. Gonna be that slower on the corner as Criesbad finally gets slow, trying to get the Succubus in. But again, Tagsy just keeps backing up out of there. It's a bit of a chess match between the two. They're trying to figure out who's going to go first, who's going to go last here. Criesbad putting himself out in the open. Tagsy backing up out of there. Wants to make sure to eliminate the Succubus. Keeping the pressure on it. Dark back. Trying to get a UA onto Criesbad. Has the port back. Going to be Tagsy pushing in. Trying to land a fear onto Criesbad. Looks like it's going to be Infernal first. Tagsy might be in trouble. Wall is up. Going to take a bit of damage. Is going to have to get some dots in. Is going to have to look for a time to heal. Mortal at Criesbad, Trick gets out of it. Fears himself though. Tagsy could be in trouble. Mortal by Criesbad, and in just a quick succession, just like that, was able to take him out. I'm not even sure exactly what happened, but Criesbad got 5 kills there. It doesn't count one. It does count one. However, because of the seed pod, it is technically a kill. Well, there it is, boys. First duel of the day, and Criesbad with an easy 1v5. Let's get another group up and running. Yeah, boys? Yeah. Without eye dampening, it is really hard to do. I totally feel you. Alex got a group. Let's go, boys. Alex got a group as well. Let's go, boys. I like it. How you boys all doing, by the way? Welcome back. You like my Mog DC? I like those boots, and they're supposed to be with legs. Let me check it real quick. Let me peep it. Give me a sec. Where are you? Oh, I like that. Yeah, the boots I feel like could maybe be a little different. Are the boots fitting? I don't care about those boots. Yeah, the boots are like have a little bit of like a snowy thing to them, snowy bluish thing at the bottom, but the rest of it looks fantastic. I like it. I think it looks great. Alex is ready, Criesbad is ready. All right, let's get Criesbad and Alex up next, and we'll get Taxi in there as well. Yeah, boys? Let's get both of them in there. Alex up next, and we'll get Taxi as soon as he's got a team ready to go. With them 5v5 1v1 duels, boys. Let me also save that one. How many are we at here? 220 to 30. Yo, 220. How many? 224, 25. Yo, we have two. Almost, dude. We're getting close to that. We had like 225 duels. We're getting close to that 300. Really close. Debits are high. Yeah. I feel you on that one. What's up, gaming? How you doing, my man? Hope you having a good one. Nami, Celtic, Sailbun. How you boys all doing? Invite Team Forest Outline. Yo, Sailbun, you got a grip, my dude? You got a grip, my man, or are you just trying to get invited? We're just having a wonderful evening, by the way, boys. Thanks for joining us in the 5v5 1v1 duels, the best time of the week. Hell yeah. Alrighty, boys. Yo, sorry, my man. Oh my goodness. Big love, man. Yo, can we get a hashtag Soren in chat? I don't know how to do that. Oh, with a slash, but can we get a hashtag Soren in chat, boys? Showing appreciation for a wonderful dono, my man. Thank you so much, my dude. I don't even know how much that is on an $8, but thank you so much. I appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you for the Donkey Kong points. DKK17. Appreciate you so much, man. Appreciate you, my dude. Alrighty, Twitch. We got ourselves Team 2 together with Try to Kite Me joining the duels. I feel like it's been a while since you tried to kite me. Is it gonna try to get kited? We got an Anto button up next over on the Team 2. Lexi by Try to Kite Me, summoning up a big old ghoul, looking for massive damage. That's gonna be the Necrolord Covenant ability for Anto. And Try to Kite Me is about to. Oh! Yo, Anto! What the? Anton! Let's call him Anton. My goodness! Oh, Anto! How you doing, man? Oh, I like the Christmas spirit. Anton! Just absolutely blasted that monk, surprised him with that stun. I don't even know what he trinketed. Gonna be that stun onto Anton. Huge damage out of Anton as Anton recovering. And oh, this is gonna be really difficult for you guys to tell which one I'm talking about because it's Anto and Anton with an N at the end, like Anton. My goodness, Anton just barraging Anton though with a bunch of damage. And this is the paladin that has wings. His wings are down, and Anton lift the wings and he's continuing to fight him. What is going on? Who is this unholy DK? He has got himself a hell of a game, though. Anto got himself Bubble, Bob, Shield of Vengeance, so that's a lot of things to deal with. Try to see if he can grip Anto in. Quick stun. Might be able to get himself a good set of pets. Doesn't have the Apocalypse just yet, but he wants to go for it. Is he playing Crypt Fever or is he playing Apocalypse? Anto's taking a bit of damage, though. And that's going to be full Army of the Dead joining with that APOC. Doesn't have the A-Bomb just yet. That's going to be Shield of Vengeance. That's going to be split between all the pets. So Anto just doing just fine. Anto, how much to burn a bubble? And Anto backing up out of there. My goodness, Anto though, not out of the woods just yet. The pets are still surrounding him. The undeads are still chasing after him. And so is Anton. He doesn't have IBF anymore though, so next stun could be pretty deadly. Has an AMS, so if you can pre-AMS a Hodge, he'd be in a great position. Try to cut me 40k HP. Wait, how does Try to cut me have 40k HP? Try was here for the duels so many times. I would imagine Try. And Try just blasts out in duels. Is it maybe on an ult or something? Or maybe trying to gimp himself? Really? 40k? Because Try is a pretty regular for the duels. He used to be a lot more regular until people complain about monks in duels, so I think that he took a bit of a break. Big burst out of Anto with a Hodge on Anton. Doesn't have anything to keep him alive unless he somehow survives it. Yeah, until... What the? Anto with the disrespect? What is that all about? That was a bit disrespectful. Eversnitch is going to be up next. So as an arms warrior, looks like he's playing the Venthyr Covenant. So he's got them big condemns, looking to condemn Anto to the disrespect. Anto has Blessing of Protection, so he could use Blessing against Eversnitch, trying to see if he can get himself a little bit of healing. Man, what is that disrespect there? You got a 54k HP? I was going to say, yeah. Because Try to Cut Me is a pretty regular in duels. I'd be very surprised if he, for some reason, came in like underprepared, undergeared. Kind of crazy. Anto super far away. Trying to get away from Everstitch. Trying to keep his distance. Anto, I just don't understand why the disrespect. Maybe he's got the beef. Get it? Torrent. Let's get the beef. With a DK. Okay, bad jokes aside. Gonna be Everstitch with a big Warbreaker. What's up, Tyler? How you doing, my man? As Everstitch trying to catch up to Anto, get himself a big heroic leap. But Anto still is just hoofing it on his Kodo. Getting out of there, so Everstitch can't even burn and get value out of that avatar. Anto playing it super safe too. I think he's maybe waiting and trying to mess with the warrior, trying to extend the duel a little bit, so you might be able to recover and get bubble back quicker. Got himself that Seraphim, maybe himself a good go. Wings are up. I don't know if it's real wings or maybe if it's a proc. Gonna be that blind or Everstitch. Trick inside of it. Hammer Justice and Anto is just gonna condemn him. Taking him out. Is he gonna teabag this one too? Don't do it. Don't teabag it, man. What are you doing? Eversnitch is gonna be up next though versus Anto. And Eversnitch, dude, Stitch, Snitch, all these boys, the Evers, the Nevers, I think they're friends. So now that he's seen his boy get blasted, Anto might just have like a vendetta above his head. This monk became an assassination rogue out of nowhere. Quick flash cut right before getting back to Anto. Wants to make sure he's got them defensives. Anto is playing up to the big burst. Has himself the big Crusader proc available. Could maybe make some damage happen versus the monk. Monk popping off a big old Zwen. Trying to make some damage happen here with the Fist of Fury. Locking down Anto in the parry. Gonna be shield defenders for Anto to get himself a bit of defensiveness and maybe get that shield to splash back at the monk. Is gonna retreat before the flesh cut pops. And Everstitch is trying to make sure he has a backup plan, set himself a port in case he needs to back up out of there. The Zwen is doing a decent job burning through a flash cut, but it takes him a while without the monk actively there to do damage. Gonna be a full spin to win for a Snitch. As Anto got himself wings back up. Hodge onto Snitch. Does he try to see if he can get a trinket out of him? Maybe could get him with a blind either way. Full final wreck. Is gonna go Warbreaker. Or rather not Warbreaker, but a War Stomp. And Anto is actually out of cooldowns. It looks like she went in with a Crusader proc, but not with the real wings. So maybe that's why Snitch did not pop a defensive. He did not react. It was like, okay, this is just a proc wings. If I react right now, I'm gonna get hammered by real wings later. I gotta survive this. I just gotta hold on. And it looks like he was just maybe assess the situation. Just how much JJ am I? Immediate trigger for Anto onto the leg sweep. Anto looking for the recovery, but looks like Everstitch with a big BDB burst. Even though the nerf BDB, it still does a ton of damage. Makes it quite difficult to fight against. Christina is going to be up next versus Eversnitch. This is looking out for the Feral opening up Necrolord too. So man, so many Necrolords joining the duels. I feel like we almost get no Night Fae anymore, and I feel like it used to be a punch of Night Fae before. Like Warriors. Everstitch with a big old bite. Christina, oh, slamming down the jaws. Taking out the monk fairly quickly. As Criesbad setting up a demonic gateway. Oh, didn't really go exactly how high you wanted. Can you reset it? Oh, I feel like the gateway might be the bad gateway, because I think he wanted to go way up, but I don't think it was able to. On Forge. So might have to set one up later. Gonna be fear into Christina as they are popping bark skin. As Criesbad is gonna want to go get himself a real gateway just to make sure he got that elevation to it. Bonzafel onto Christina. They're still holding onto Fleshcup. Actually just gonna go in a bear form. The Fellware bear. While Fleshcut is up, looking for a Cyclone onto... Where did that Infernal go? Huh? What is that AI pathing? Do you see that? You saw that Cyclone and you started going like along the wall of the like Team 1 entrance. Weird. That was the weirdest AI pathing I've ever seen. There's got to be something janky inside of the room, I guess. Gonna be Decimated Boulder Christina. As Criesbad just trying to blast out whatever damage you can, but it is having to move, so only you think you can do is maybe Conflagrate, maybe go for Shadow Burns. Christina is going to build a little bit of calm points behind the pillar, using that bed. Quick port by Criesbad as the maim comes in. The maim is getting denied, so Christina is going to have to set up something else in order to lock down Criesbad. It's going to get juked as Criesbad goes for the port. As he keeps on moving. What's up, Knight? How you doing, my man? Doing pretty good. How about you? Lacking sleep. That's about it. But that's a regular complaint for what I do. How about tonight? Maybe I'll catch some sleep. Catch some Z's. Skull Basher Criesbad, quick maim by Christina. Looking to keep the pressure rolling. Quick bash onto Criesbad. Gonna be a fear out of the Warlock. Christina getting him with a full-blown fear. Criesbad looking to maybe get some setup, but he is kind of low on health himself. He better have some sort of CC chain onto Christina in case Criesbad is the one that dips low. Boarding upwards is gonna generate a bit of a flesh scarf shield for himself, as well as a Merla Soulbind, helping him reconstitute himself back to full. Christina got himself a full flesh scarf, was able to juke out a kick onto the pet, so that's a free shield available for him as well. Gonna be that slow out of Criesbad, putting Christina in combat, so he's not gonna be able to get a proper stealthy opener. As Criesbad similar to Mortal Coil, fear gonna be Bonds of Fell, breaking that fear. Caseball loaded up right after, had a stun totem, had a shadow fear totem. Why am I keep saying totem? I'm saying, I guess you capacitor totems, dude. Speaking of capacitor, where are all the Shammy boys? Instead of his flying for Criesbad, maybe has the big damage here. Christina's in bear form. He's going to activate Friends of Regen. Going to be the drain life for Criesbad. Trying to catch up on a little bit of health before Christina gets away yet again. And Christina getting locked out on nature. Is going to charge right back to Criesbad. Quick maim. No way for Criesbad to break out of it. It's going to have to wait until the port is available. Christina does not have a leap to reconnect back with Criesbad to close that gap. There's going to be a quick drain by Criesbad instead. Christina hit with a Mortal Coil. Fear by Criesbad. It would be quick skull bash with a trinket out of Christina, looking to keep the pressure rolling onto the Warlock himself. As Criesbad gonna activate Dark Soul stability, missing that Infernal, trying to land yet another fear onto Christina, fully dotted up, trying to land a Death Set of Decimating Bolts at Christina with a Spell Reflect. Looks like it's gonna be quick roll by Christina. Played it very defensive. Criesbad is completely dotted up. I think maybe Christina's hoping that their dots of Rip and Rake as well as the Swarm rot Criesbad down at no health whatsoever. Huge port as Christina uses their one leap. And Criesbad does not have anything to really work with. Gonna be a stun by Christina. And down goes that Warlock streak. Someone had to lock down the Warlock, right? Someone had to take him out. Christina gonna be up next versus Eversnitch. As the Priest got himself a hell of a workout out. Gonna be a Shadow Priest versus a Feral. I think that's an unfavorable combination unless Christina stays out in the open with the Mages of the Dead. That's the only thing that Everstitch can really do, is maybe force Christina away from a pillar, drop down full set of pets, get enough CC onto Christina out in the open, and let the Mages of the Dead just rot him down. You gotta also find a way to just eliminate any mobility at Christina, because you know he's gonna bust out a dash and try to see if he can hide behind the pillar, which is gonna make it difficult for him to kind of keep rolling on. Full VT up as Christina is getting feared into a corner. Gonna be a silence with a Mindbender as well as a stun. Everstin's throwing out all the CC. That's gonna be Siphon actually using all sets of pets, but Christina, as I predicted, is gonna try to waddle over behind the pillar, try to line aside all these pets. Siphon might be able to catch him with a cast. Looks like Siphon actually disappears at the last second, and Everstitch's full PI, Vampiric Embrace, full burst available, together with the Mages, kind of goes out of the window. Good thing he has very short CDs. It's not like he's completely out of options. It's not like he's completely, you know, out of cooldowns going forward. It is a little bit sad seeing all that potential burst kind of out of the window as Christina lands an opener. Going to be a greater fate before the big bite comes out or the rip comes out. Christina's still able to land a bash. Huge bite into Eversnitch. He has dispersed, but a 40% dampening, there's so much you can do. Quick cyclone by Christina onto the Priest, so he doesn't get any kind of healing. I think Christina is just going to end up taking him out, stuns him out of that. Snitch, does he have anything at all? Stuns out of Christina with a stun, triggers out of it, a Skull Bash, interrupts Eversnitch and Shadow. Maybe has a Flesh Cap back up, might be able to use something here, try to get pets up. Flesh Cap, no intro by Christina, trying to maybe turn around. The Mages of the Dead just joined the fight, trying to get himself some healing. No Skull Bash for 3 more seconds, but Snitch is out of health completely. And Christina could just outlast you in that endurance game. Unfortunate boys, but he does end up taking him out. Let's look at the bar. I guess so. Alrighty, boys. Let's get another one put on it, yeah? Let's get another set of duels, boys. Prince, I haven't seen that name in a while. Look at him. PvPing. Is he playing an ult? Maybe. Tagsy got a 5-man team. Alex is ready. We could get Alex versus Tagsy. I think that'd be a good idea. 226. Let me get a sip of water, boys. I'm gonna need to do a sleep schedule. I just haven't been going to sleep till 2 a.m. Yo, that's pretty bad, boys. Take care of your sleep, honestly. Don't be like me. Take care of your sleep. How do I join? LeBlanc, if you guys want to join in the 5v5 1v1 duels, it's easy. Head over to Player vs Player Premier Group, Custom PvP. Find a group. and you'll see some groups for 5v5 1v1 duels. The boys are looking to get themselves in some arenas in here. If you are looking for the 5v5 1v1 duels groups, you can always type 5 in the search filter, and there should hopefully be a 5v5 1v1 duels group. I don't think this is a 5v5 1v1 duels group. I think this is like some kind of BOE farming maybe. But that's how you normally find the duels groups. Hit 5 in the search, enter. You should be good to go. Like, here we go. LeBlanca trying to make a group. You guys wanna? You can also make yourself. What's up, Arky? How you doing, my man? Are we gonna be seeing a group for Century tonight? How you doing, my guy? Welcome back. Welcome back. Tags with a 5-5. We got Alex ready to go as well. Spectator match. Tagsy and Alex. Let's get him up and running. Century, let me know when you got a group, my boy. Century, Архи, скажи мне, когда у тебя будет команда, хорошо? Команда готова? Я сейчас попробую собрать группу. Хорошо, хорошо. Хорошо, где мои русские? Где наши русские ребята? Where are the Russians at? I think I saved that one, right? Yeah. I think I did save that one, boys. Boys, hope everybody's having a wonderful evening, by the way. Criesbad is cruel. He can be. Definitely can be. Alrighty, boys. Which got us a team of Alonia over on the team 1. Athaman running his Jeweled Panther. That's like what... There's like what? Red, blue, green, yellow. And like if you combine them together, you get the black one, right? Back in MOP. That's a cool mount. Decreate as a Demonology Warlock. Snazzy as a Rogue. I love that. The holiday outfit. And we got us the Tagsy also in the holiday spirit. We got Anto over on the team 1 together with Dirks as a sub rogue. We got Christina in the back, Wolf, who hasn't got to play at all and tried to kite me. It looks like it's gonna be Try again. Try's gotta give it another chance. Try kind of just got slammed down by an holy DK last time. But he's trying to see if he can turn it around. Maybe a little rusty for these duels. But he's trying to see if he might be able to turn it around. As Athaman got himself flesh cap covering his body. Try doesn't look... Are you a Necrolord? Are you Kyrian? What playstyle are you playing? It's going to be BDB stunned by Atho, but it's a defensive stun, so Try is not shrinking out of it. As Atho set himself up, big old Seraphim, gonna be the full burst out of Atho. He literally doesn't care for anything that's going on. He's just gonna blast damage and try to cut me through the karma. It looks like Try having to play it very, very defensive. Atho is just charging at him with full Shad energy. Huge damage on to try to cut me. Massive, big, huge burst. That's gonna be every defensive out of Try with Fort Brood together with Diffuse Magic is landing and then paralysis onto Athaman just to disrupt him, just to hold him in place for a second. As Try burned every defensive in the book to try to survive it. Mobility, healing, popping off karma, diffuse, Fort Brew. It's got everything except maybe counter pressure. As Athaman popped off every cooldown there and got really close. I think next time is definitely going to have himself a huge burst set up. Blind out of Atho. Disarmed by Tries. He's just trying to create himself opportunity to maybe heal up. Fleshcap as Athaman interrupts him. Oh, perfect opportunity for the monk to catch up on a little bit of healing. Another incap by Try. Does he have a big BDB? Going to be immediately trinket out of adaptation, so Athaman can't even control the trinket. But it's going to be final wreck as it's going to be BDB. Trying to cut me in big trouble. Actually, he wants to go for damage, but he realizes he's in such trouble. But BDB, he used BDB that could heal him a lot. Bone Dust Brew can heal you. Like how Bone Dust Brew can replicate another hit of damage, it can also replicate a heal, so it can let you recover. Athaman dropping down Consecration for just a quick second. Templar's Verdict as he's trying to bust through the defenses of Try. Having to go for eye for an eye. He's getting locked down. Karma by Try. I think that Karma might be a little early. Maybe he's trying to use Karma to get aggressive with Atham. Use that eye for an eye to reverse the Karma damage back to Atho. And maybe force a defensive out of Atham. He's definitely using the Karma very liberally. Just someone to Atho as he gives himself what looked like Seraphim. Yeah, he definitely wielding the hammer. Try looking to back up out of there. Atho setting up the gavel. Interrupted Try. Oh, huge burst out of your boy. Oh my goodness. Yo, Try, I missed Try. Try. I say let's try again next one. Maybe Try's been out of commission for like a week or two, man. I remember Try used to come in and make the chat seethe, dude. He would just blast the boys out of here. He wasn't even super like hidey about it either. He would just go in, blast him out of the park, get out of there. And chat would just be mad seeing that man play normally. So I think this man might be a little rusty. So I want to get him back in there, dude. I want to get back in the groove. The chat hates when monks do well in duels, man. And I kind of understand it. You know, the quick hit and run, big burst, BDB. You know, you see it a lot, right? A lot of people play monk in Shadowlands for PvP. I get you. But I want to see that boy in particular do well, because he's a regular in duels, man. What's up, hey, how you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. Nice, Atho, let go, dude. Speaking about Atho, let go. What leg is he running? Is he final wreck? Maybe. Wolf is going to be up next. Not really doing the biggest damage to Atho just yet. It's just for Pala. Yeah, hit up Athaman, dude. He's doing coaching. He's doing coaching for hugs and kisses, man. Because, you know, you can't RMT that. Hugs and kisses. Would that technically be counted as RMT? Friendship? Is that RMT? Bladder to Wolf. Trinkets out of it. He doesn't want to get CC'd. Stun to Atha. Adaptation breaks him out. Turtle shot for Wolf. Oh! Athaman is just walking in through these boys. Just running right through them. Gotta be a quick goal. Freezing trap as Wolf has to go for a bit of a race out of his own. Full flash cut back up. He might be able to catch back up here. Wolf was able to best. Actually, Wolf, where is your Mage Tower skin? I'm pretty sure, you know, Wolf is so good at Hunter, he definitely bested his Mage Tower skin. But this is a much harder challenge than the Mage Tower now. Athaman's still holding on to a Bob, so he's not completely immune. Shield of Vengeance right now. Does he himself set up? Freezing trap to stop him in place for a second, as Wolf is playing that Necrolord. Is going to go for a bit of a first aid. Athaman has Bob as the only immunity, so Athaman could be in trouble. Look at you create some line of sight as the pets are charging in. Wolf is to make sure he's staying ahead of Atha. Burning Disengage should get aggressive. Interrupt him unholy. Gonna be the fleshed out bait. Nothing you can do about it. Oh no. As Wolf trying to pop off some cooldowns. Bestial Wrath together with the aspect of the wild as a freezing trap as Athaman tried to reach out for Wolf. Just tried to grab him by the collar just to smack that hammer into his face, but can't quite do it. Wolf is way too slippery, and I think the Hunter might be able to get himself a camo. He doesn't necessarily need health, but he definitely needs to make sure there's some distance between the Paladin and him. Athaman with a Hand of Freedom, unstoppable, stun, broken out by adaptation, stun into Wolf, has himself full wreck, doesn't have to serve him, he doesn't have Seraphim, but he's looking to maybe burn the cooldowns into Wolf without it, blinder to Wolf, does he have the big burst right now, trying to go for the big AoE, Wolf got nothing, oh, Atho, man! From a boy to a man, we're seeing this guy absolutely blasted. And you know this man could go straight up Kyrian. You know you go Kyrian. As Jerk's gonna be up next, running out that druidish like Mog. I like the green. I feel like for rogues, green Mogs don't really work well, don't look as good, unless you go for like that one ICC one, with like where you have a back of your head. I think it's the only good Mog that I like for rogues is green. Unless somebody wants to prove me wrong, join our Discord down below. We have a transmog section. List your Mogs there. As Jerk's trying to get some backstabs in, except he's not behind Athaman's back. That's what he's doing wrong. Kyrian setup. Athaman getting locked down stuns. Could be deadly for him. Is he going to be able to make it out of here? Needs himself healing. Athaman with a Ward of Glory save. Wings are up. Needs himself more healing. Massive recovery. Dirks with a Cloak of Shadows, so he can't be CC'd for a bit. Athaman still building Holy Power. Stunner to Dirks. Trick out immediately. Athaman going in for damage. Is going to have to go for more self-healing. Needs Holy Power. Shield of Vengeance saving him at the last second. Maybe has a flesh cut back up. Still continue to build Holy Power and recover. Dirks are going super far away. Trying to get an interrupt onto Atho. Athaman adaptation, but a blind is going to send him back down. Next stun lock by Dirks could be pretty deadly for Atho. He doesn't have anything to break out of it, so Dirks, unless he just has the weakest opener, I feel like Atho might be in trouble. Definitely needs to flesh cap as soon as he can, especially if Dirks opens up with like a flesh. Oh, maybe not flesh cap, because Dirks does have an interrupt backup. Stun, gonna be like Kyrian. I think Dirks has it, unless somehow Atho breaks out of it. Maybe. Oh, it's clutch. Oh, Dirks is able to stun lock him long enough, not letting the Paladin play at all. Next up, it looks like it might be Tags is summoning up a Shavar. Oh, very deadly looking. I like that set. Even, you know, as funny as gnomes look, you know, the disproportionately big heads, tiny shoulder, actually bigger shoulders than the rest of the body. Like, that set looks good either way, doesn't it? I can't hate it. I cannot hate it. Tags is still playing up that affliction, so he's gonna be okay. What's up, Chicago? How you doing, my guy? Hope you have a good one. Say something in Japanese, I'm sure you can't. Something in Japanese, I'm sure you can't, while Tags is getting beat up. Oh, perfect. Tags is getting beat up. Tasukete kudasai. What's up, Sergey? How you doing, my man? Mortal Coil into Dirks as he's going to be slowed down by the Shivara. With the dots rolling, Dirks is at least going to be slowed down. Yo, that Shivara buff in 9-2. Yo, so this is what we're doing with Shivara. Not only is she going to put up a slow, or Incubus, so whether you run Succubus, Incubus, your whichever one, they are going to put up a slow on the target and stacking damage buff increase. So they can do up to, after 10 stacks, 10% more physical damage, actually all damage, 10% more damage. So in PvP, that might be amazing. And Seduction for both Incubus and Succubus will make the enemy walk towards them, and it will act like fear. It won't break immediately on damage. It has a chance to break on damage. So dot classes like Taxi might be huge there. Mortal Coil into Dirks. As Taxi's getting low, it's going to load up Dirks full of UA. Got himself a pretty decent drain. It looks like Dirks is going to hide behind the pillar. Got himself the Sippy Cup as well as the South Heal. He's just having to deal with Shivara's back there to keep him company as Dirks is able to build calm points, is able to get cooldown reduction on his Shadow Dance, technically. So I don't know with sub-rogues if putting a pet on him is a good idea or a bad idea. Does he feel nearly as bad as like an outlaw rogue? Biggest drain for Taxi, landing that health funnel onto the pet. Getting a shot onto Taxi, but he's gonna go for a trick at port. Dirks is out in the open, Cloak of Shadows evasion, but he still continues just to get barraged by the Shivara, as well as rotted down by the dots. Shadow Blade's getting used just to kill the pet. And that's going to be a fresh Shivara summoned in by Taxi. Wants to make sure the Shivara is keeping the rogue in combat, is able to do so. Taxi is going to have to find a line of sight and get some sort of damage onto Dirks. Maybe Succubus Seduction from around the corner. Interrupts real quickly. Taxi is in really bad shape. Might have to go for Darkback. Needs Darkback right now. Darkback used. Barely any health. Mortal Coil, does he have it? Again, no health whatsoever. It looks like Dirks is going to be able to take him out of the Seed Pod. Comes out and it looks like Dirks was either able to blast the Seed Pod or Taxi cancels it. Man, Dirks coming in strong, trying to give a good performance as a sub-rogue. Snazzy might have to be on the sidelines, the standby to lock him down and take him out of the game. So far, Dirks tried to make the biggest plays he can. Just as a use of PTR, it can hold and immolate anything more break it. Yeah. But it's still pretty decent, right? You can put up some dots and have it walk, have the enemy walk away from the Warlock while you run the other direction. I feel like that Succubus playstyle is going to make Affliction a little better. You put dots and you walk away, you know, as they're getting rotted. It does have a threshold like a Fear, and I wonder if it has more of a threshold or less of a threshold. He's setting up a group. Let's go. Gonna be Decreate with a Tyrant. Dirks out in the open, has a vanish. Might need to use it. Decreate doesn't have the eyes to pick up. Good thing the Warlocks don't have any dots unless they challenge for Doom. If only Warlock talented for Doom, which is not gonna happen. Even if you challenge for Doom, the only way he gets the rogue out, if it's like about to tick out, it's like a 30-second dot. It's huge. What's up, Marcel? I wonder how the new sets will shoot the meta. It's going to be a lot more versatility, so I wonder if the game will become a little tankier. That is a great question, Marcel. I'm hoping there'll be some meta shifts. It feels like the season of like season 1 and season 2 didn't really adjust too much except for like class tuning that Blizzard has done. But we'll see. Gonna be the stun around the corner. Dirk shrink out of it. Got some big pressure on the Decreate. Mortal Coil sending the rogue in the other direction. Fear encapsulating the rogue with a decimated bolt getting set up. Does he get the big demon bolts? Hey, Decreate needs big demon bolts. Gonna be shadowy duel, but he's still out in the open. The pets are still chasing after Dirks. Gonna get himself another shadow step towards Decreate as he does leave behind the pillar with a port. Needs himself the big demon bolts. If he has himself demon bolts, you better use them. You better use them because Dirks could be in trouble unless he cloaks it. Maybe he's waiting to get a stun into Dirks. Maybe Mortal Coil. Stun. Does he get the demon bolts? Should go for demon bolts. Doesn't go for it. I think he's saving them for later or just not getting the procs of free instant cast demon bolts. Dirks is just continuing to barrage the pet behind the pillar. Vilefit joins the fight. Dirks is kind of under pressure. Can maybe Cloak of Shadows. The pets are doing physical damage. Stunning the Warlock. Trickets out at Mortal Coil with a Tyrant to follow. I think Dirks might be out of the game though. Blind. The pets are continuing to attack him. Blind. It's going to be Cloak of Shadows for the Tyrant. But that's going to be the the Vilefit as well as the Felguard. Stun. Tyrant is up on him. Oh, man. That is tough, dude. But the rogue does go down to the army of demons. The Burning Legion, boys. Oh my goodness. Anto is up next. Got himself Hand of Freedom. Looking to charge to Decreate as he gets himself a big old port behind the pillar. And Anto looking to build up a bit of holy power as he's trying to get himself big damage on Decreate, missing all these demons, missing his main pet, blind on Decreate. Does he do him dirty with his blind right now, though? Look at just end him. Stun right after Decreate got a wall, so you should be able to survive it. Anto continue just to blast him out with a war stomp. Decreate gets himself a mortar call. Buffle as Anto. Look at you cheese it completely. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness, Decreate was not given the opportunity to play the game at all. As Alonia is going to be up next, looking to Anto just needs to get himself a good... Actually, doesn't even need a holy interrupt. Unless Anto bops himself right now, I think it's over. Is Alonia still convoking? Is he good old convoke Feral? Got himself thorns. Looking to get some damage. Got himself battle match chicken. Maybe gets a skull bash. Maybe gets a skull bash. Does he go for the big go? Looks like he just supposed to answer with the please at the dots and the bites. And does let him taking him out with Christina. Looking to get this cat out of here. Hit him with a bash. It's going to be Necrolord Kitty versus I think what is a Nightfall Kitty. Alonia with a stun onto Christina. It's going to go for a Shackles of Malediction. Christina's healing. It's going to be limited, but the Flesh Cuff still keeps him alive. So it looks like Flesh Cuff, I think, absorbed a lot of the damage. Alonia looking for a bit of recovery. Wall is what they're having to use. Might need to go for some kind of stun CC or anything. Go to Christina. Maybe with a defensive convoke. Is just definitely behind. Just gonna have to see if he can leap away. Definitely low health. Might need to do something, anything to survive and try to get himself some sort of healing. Regrowthing. Does he get interrupted on it? Looks like he doesn't. And Christina ends up taking him out. I'm pretty sure Alonia had a Night Fae playstyle. Unless we're Kyrian. I'm pretty sure there were Night Fae. Gonna be Snazzy versus Christina. It's gonna hit him with a kidney shot out of cat form. There's going to be a Flesh Cup interrupted while embarrassed. Snazzy doesn't sit that roar long at all. Someone broke that roar. And Christina might be in a bit of trouble. I think Snazzy could have enough to finish it off. It's really going to be up to Christina to use defensives as so well, as evenly as you can. To try to see if he can survive the rogue. Looks like he wants to set up full bleeds. Going to be a stun. Barkskin? I don't think he's got enough. Barkskin is going to be it. A Snazzy just dancing on him. Alrighty, boys. Let's get another group up and running for the day, yeah? Let's get another one up and running. Looks like Sentry, I think, has a group. Let's go, boys. Sentry? 4 out of 5. We need one more for Team Sentry, boys. Arhi got a +1. Lebanka. Ready? We got another group of Lebanka. Let's go, boys. Yo, do we throw Criesbad versus Lebanka? Yo, let's give Sentry like 30 seconds. Yo, Sentry. Where's he at? Is he Alliance or Horde? Sentry needs 2 more for Team Horde. 2 more for Team Horde. I'll give him like 30 seconds and then I'll queue Chrysler. Essentially needs either, he says 1 more. It looks like 2 more, but if Sentry can get 2 more boys in 30 seconds, otherwise we'll queue Lebanko and Criesbad because they have a group. 27. Let's go, boys. Let me get another water, dude. Can you not wear more Covenant Mog? Even though, yeah, you could wear whatever Covenant Mog you want to one of the Rals. Hope you have a good one, my guy. Essentially got a group. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's do Sentry versus Lebanka. Does Lebanka put a group together? And do Chrysler versus Alex or Sentry or one of those guys. We're gonna start mix and matching you boys and trying to go with a first come first serve. I want to give as many of you boys opportunity to play, but Lebanka got a group. He was able to put one together. Sentry is ready, so we got ourselves a full setup, boys. Unless Riku, UI Device showed us. Okay. Yeah, we're Riku. Lebanka, Sentry. I'm gonna need to Riku you guys a couple of times. You might get a spam queue. We'll have to break the game by keep queuing, and then it'll reset itself. Basically, we gotta keep queuing until it's no longer bugged. I did not play yet. Yeah, we're trying to get you in, boys. We're trying to get you in. Don't you worry. We got that done. So we're gonna have to spam queue you boys. It's gonna eventually work. Taxi's ready. Chrysler is ready. We gotta get Chrysler on there because he didn't get to play last time. But we're gonna have to get Chrysler versus Lebanka or somebody. Alright, now it should work. Hold on, give it a sec. Yeah. Hope you doing well, Del. What's up, Artorias? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one, my dude. Yeah, I've been lacking sleep and it's really wearing on me today, man. I woke up today and I got into my PC. I got up late and I'm feeling kind of sick. So I'm gonna try to take it easy. I'm gonna have my pizza. The Witcher season 2 is out, so I'm gonna watch a few episodes of that tonight while chilling on the couch. I'm gonna figure all that stuff out. I'm gonna need to resub to Netflix then. But yeah, What's up, Swank? I feel your pain, brother. Well, I don't have responsibilities like you. I'm just more irresponsible, just trying to get my videos out. So you're more responsible. So let's not compare. You got it harder than I do, fam. You're taking care of offsprings, of the little ones. You know what I mean? I feel ya. Wait, did Arky hijack Christina's team with Wolf? Man, they all got switched around, huh? I'm okay with that. I watched 5 already. What's up, one? How you doing, my man? Want to swap? You know, maybe like for a day, just so I probably would, at least for a day, just so I can feel the parents a little better. Plus, I feel like eventually as an adult, I'm gonna have a family of my own. So it would be nice to like, okay, so this is what I gotta prepare for. And also it would make me appreciate what I got going on right now. So honestly, for an experiment, I would. I think it'll also be funny to see someone else do my job and see what kind of videos they make for the day. I want to see if they get swamped or what they say about it. The quality of it that comes out. I think it'd be interesting. The Twitch. We got ourselves. What team won with Vlad Guten. Made me think of Putin for some reason. But we got Vlad Guten with G-Funk on that team. Leblanc Comorph? Lebanco. Come Lebanco. Shankso. So many O's. TM Forest. O. Lebanco is going to be first up versus Team 1. We got ourselves Christina on the Team Hijack team by R himself. Wolf is going to be first up on the hunt of the mage. Lebanco porting in. It's going to be a breath right before the Chimeric Poison hits him with that silence. Ready Frost is going to set up onto Wolf, but it does get interrupted. So Lebanco is going to back up out of the setting up images to reduce the images taken. It's going to be freezing on the pets as the stun comes out. Looks like one of the pets was still moving. Lebanco with a big combustion, trying to see if he can catch up to Wolf. Looks like he wants to get over next to him. It's going to be Nova, but actually missing the pets. Instead, you know what? Made a couple of mistakes. Shifting power. Let's get some cooldowns back. Looks like Lebanco might have used cooldowns maybe a little early, maybe prepped himself a little early. We got this Elu also on the other team as well as trying to kite me over in team 2. As the breath comes out, Lebanco looking for that poly. It's going to be immediately broken. I don't know exactly what broke the poly, but Wolf was able to somehow break it. Or Lebanco just maybe fire blasted him by accident. Gotta be another interrupt as Lebanco trying to get some CC chains rolling. It's gotta be the ultra time in case his health gets in uncomfortably low health. And got himself ultra time. Does he cancel it? He's sticking around with it. Quick breath into Wolf is gonna be able to disrupt him. Quick poly onto Wolf. Trying to go for Ring of Frost. It's gonna be freeze on Wolf as well as the pets. He's got himself a G-Pie Fad. Straight into the face with a fireball. Gonna be a faint death for Wolf, but I think he still takes the damage. Partially maybe of G-Pie. Maybe for the flash cut. Silence onto Lebanco with that Chimeric Poison. Trying to Nova the pets, but still it's going to be, oh, the Death Chakra does so much damage. Quick breath of the Wolf as Lebanco is not in a good spot. Goes behind, runs by Wolf, hits him with that spicy breath. The peppermint breath gets behind the pillar and puts him in a snow globe. Is this recovered? But it feels like so far it's been a little bit of a struggle. Combustion's going back, and that's the thing about the mage. He's surviving. He's doing well. He's back up at full health. All he needs is one good lineup with Combustion. No more Trinket for Wolf. If you could just go for like a good setup, you can just global Wolf completely. Freeze on the pets as well as on the Wolf. Gonna be the G-Pie. Does he go for the big Combustion? It's gonna be a fireball with all the time. Combustion is up. Trying to see if he can blast Wolf. Turtle Shell is out for Wolf. Maybe you can turn around onto the pets. At least get the pets kind of low. He's gonna turn the attention onto the pets. I think Wolf trying to go for a freezing shot. Put the mage a bit on ice. Try to dampen the flames a little bit there. Another spicy breath. Out for Lebanco with a G-Pie loaded up with a fireball. Get himself a bit of damage. Faint death for Wolf for that fireball. Taking a bit of the fire blast damage as well as G-Pie, but he's still kind of healthy. Gonna be that Chimeric onto Lebanco. Hits him with the stun. Gonna be Trinket for Lebanco. Breath missing Wolf, but hits him with the team 2 guys. Lebanco got himself Ring of Frost for those pets. Wolf, I think, could end the duel by himself. If you got that Death Chakram together with Kill Shot and a couple of Cobra shots, I think he could end the duel solo. He doesn't even need the pets at this point. Lebanco no longer with Cauterized. Kill Shot, but the Seed Pod stops him. But Wolf has no problem busting through the Seed Pod. That is a tough duel. That is a tough one. Привет, братишка. Redwood Bear. Hello, hello. Zdarovo, mój drug. I noticed that whenever I speak Russian, like in the recordings afterwards, I'll try to limit it and I'll try to translate it as best as I can, because I've noticed that it was just going on for like a whole minute one time, just speaking to Russians in chat while like I think Rogue was going for a reset. And I was like, well, I can't put that in a video. As an English speaker, I have no idea what's going on for a whole minute. Gonna be Wolf taking lots of damage from Shanks, not given opportunity. Oh, I am actually was not prepared for Shanks just to ramp up that hard. I guess he might have got himself a setup. I was expecting for a stun or something onto Wolf, but he didn't really do that. Gonna be Ilyu Henteus. Ilyu. I'm gonna call him Ilyu. As he rushes away from the Fist of Fury, wants to hold on the flesh gun as best as possible. Gonna be that long range stun as he got himself max range. Gonna be the full death shock from Dusty Hell himself. The big explosive go. Karma is up for Shangzo. Is that going to be an explosive onto Shangzo? Looks like Ilu is not playing the Necrolord Legendary. I've been seeing a lot more survival hunters play the Necro Lego. You go for Death Shock and let it spin. Let the explosive shot about cook up. Flank and strike together with coordinated assault. And it basically gets a one shot. It does so much damage, it's not even funny. Gonna be a trinket. And Shangzo with no health at all. Doesn't get himself behind the pillar. Trying to go for a Vivify. The pillar. Comes in with a quick chomp and out of there. My goodness. Undead Yoshi doing work. TM Forest as a feral up next. Necrolord loading up Ilyu. Full of dots. He's going to trick it out of the freeze. Ilyu has nothing here unless he wants to go for Turtle. Needs to go for Turtle. Needs to go for Manning Bandage. But something that breaks his Manning Bandage goes for Feign Death. I think maybe a Moonfire broke it. Ilyu sells Turtle for just a quick second. Dusty with a freezing trap. Waiting for it as soon as possible. It looks like TM Forest going for Leap Maim. Not giving this Hunter an opportunity to play the game at all. Unless Ilyu can somehow... Big Flesh Shot. Big recovery, has a defensive stun, is able to catch up on a little bit of health. If this man can dive into camo too. Manic Bandage, Moonfire breaks it. Feign Death camo maybe? Is going to get a Hunter's Mark on the pet. Needs to continue the kites. That shield, the flash cut is going to help him recover. It's almost like he has full health, but it's still going to be in trouble. TM4 is going for Shackles and Malediction. It looks like Ilish is going to go for range damage. Just trying to max up the DPS. I want to see TM4 is keeping him down and up. Still just a little bit of that shield up. It's going to be a freezing trap as the stun comes out. Perfect stun. Perfect freezer trap. Feign Death for a second for Ilu as the maim comes in. Does he have any ways to break out these dots? He needs to find a way to remove these dots as soon as possible. Both of them are kind of low. Ilu trying to maybe max out some range. Used to be getting one kill shot on the feral. He's super low himself. Trying to harpoon, but TM Forest is going to be able to get himself a heal and bear form. Man, that was such a clutch duel. An R, he's going to be up next. Got himself the Sky Fury, so he's looking to load up a big old Ellie Blast. Sunder onto the Feral. Massive Ellie Blast, but the Feral does go for a roar on all the pets. Archie not deterred by this. It's just going to, Team Forest sees the Sky Fury, just going to leave it alone. He's going to go for a reset instead. I want to go for regrowth. Archie is still in the chase. It's a cat and mouse game at this point. Cat and dog game, or rather wolf and a deer. With an Earth Elemental somewhere in the middle? Who invited Mount Rushmore? Gonna be a leap for TM Forest as Archie tried to hit him with a Frost Shock. Gonna be that port with a with a Door of Shadows, and TM Forest is unable to catch himself any kind of reset whatsoever. Quick roar into Archie looking for that Cyclone. Archie trinkets out of it immediately. Trinket, Sunder. Does he have the Ellie Blast? Bashed by TM Forest, just trying to peel all this pressure off himself. Got himself in Rage Regeneration. Archie get hit with a stun. Cyclone missing. Gonna be a Chain Harvest. So Archie actually hit with a clone. Oh, TM Forest actually landing the CC. Able to break away for a second. Get himself a little survivability. And Archie on that chase. Stun around the corner. TM Forest trying to avoid as best as he can. And Archie got some slows around the corner for TM Forest. Maim by the Feral. Looking to get some big old bites. Bark Skin is up. As Archie getting hit with a root. TM Forest somehow, some way is still surviving these duels. And is making work happen. As Archie looking for a bit of a reset. Actually, I guess no. TM Forest is the one looking for a bit of reset. Archie tried to deny the reset. Archie has all cooldowns available except for maybe Ghost Wolves. I wonder if Archie, what legendary is he playing? I wonder if he's playing the Ghost Wolf legendary whenever he gens right. No, he might be. Looking at the cooldown of Ghost Wolves every time he hits a Storm Strike. You might notice a thing or two. Gonna be that quick. Purge onto the Thorns. Wall is out for TM Forest as Archie lets the Wolves out. Got the Sky Fury tone him down. So you just see a couple more zaps. Just a little bit more damage. TM Forest getting the wall out of Archie. As Archie just wants to wall up and just spend all those globals to doing damage. Gonna be a massive Chain Harvest onto the Feral. And Black Guten is going to be up next as R hits him with a Frost Shock immediately. before the monk is able to even close the gap. Archie wants to slow him down, keep him in place for a second. And Archie better be careful. Karma up immediately, in cap by the monk into a BDB. Archie with a ghost move. He has nothing really left. He doesn't have much to work with unless he gets himself a heal or maybe Sunder for Black Guten, trying to get himself Maelstrom. And that's gonna be quick Sunder. Black Guten trinkets out of it. Ring a boopity bop. Archie able to get a bit of Maelstrom. Needs a lot of mana. Is able to still continue spending mana. Quick stun onto Black Guten. No more defenses. Is going to get himself a heal for a second. Looks like Archie might have recovered. Black Guten continuing to max out damage. It's going to be Skyfarer thrown down with a diffuse magic, reducing a lot of the magic hits. Archie spending whatever bits last mana left to just recover completely at 9 minutes and 26% dampening. Black Guten super low in health. Get him for the incap. Doesn't really go super far. It's going to be Alien Blast from a distance. Doesn't really do the trick, but was a nice hit from downtown. If only he had a bit of more Maelstrom. It definitely would have had him. Black Guten blasted, get him blasted with a front shock as he tries to pour it out of there. And G-Funk. Oh no. Archie accidentally pressed Trinket. Unless he did it on purpose versus G-Funk. Just to make sure this duel is more fair. But he's like, you know what? It's a Hunter. I can definitely beat that. So I'm going to burn a Trinket just because I know I'm going to win. I highly doubt it. Wallow for Archie. Got himself the Ghost Wolves. Gonna be the Skyfarer turn him up. But Archie needs a bit of healing. Definitely needs more mana. As it's gonna be G-Funk continue to pressure him. Most likely has a Mortal Strike effect with the pet. It's gonna be Sunder onto G-Funk for a second. Chain Harvest for Archie. Recovering a lot of health. G-Funk getting kind of low on health himself. It's gonna go for a feint death for a moment. As he got himself Eagles flying versus Archie. And Archie is still under quite a bit of pressure. But so is G-Funk. G-Funk just laying out all the traps. Archie needs that Maelstrom. At least he can hit the pet a little bit. Unless G-Funk decides to peel the pet back. What is that Choi got going on? I just noticed you're leaving like so many green puddles on ya. So many puddles. Massive lead by G-Funk. Sunder by Archie. As he gets out the Earth Elemental again. Shackles onto Archie. It's going to be a Hex to G-Funk. No way out for him. The Ghosts will join in. Are going to break up that Hex. And Archie needs a little bit of Maelstrom. Needs a little bit of Maelstrom to get himself a huge heal. Stun onto the Shaman. G-Funk kind of low, but so is Archie. G-Funk goes in for feint death. Or put him back in. Archie is gonna... Was that a Battle Master Trinket while stunned? Can you use that while stunned? It looked like he actually used a Battle Master Trinket while stunned. G-Funk with a Flesh Scuffed as well as a Turtle Shell. Char recovers as much as he can with... Whatever he's got. Earth Elemental eating that trap. Stun onto G-Funk though. And Archie with the Alien Blast on G-Funk, but he feint deaths Sunder, even though G-Funk was able to get a disengage off anyway. Quick fear by G-Funk as he dips on low. Where's your pet? Did his pet? Oh! Archie with a Chain Harvest at the end. Did Archie end up cleaving down the pet? That's kind of nuts. That's actually kind of huge. Let's go, boys. Alright, let's get another weapon running. Yeah, let's get Criesbad in there. Criesbad gonna play, and so does both Lebenko and Archie. Oh no! Hey, Andrew. Today's duels are on EU. Tomorrow we do NA. I'm sorry. Alright. Yo, Andrew 6, but I love the commitment to making a group. Mike, no, bro. We got Andrew, who's on NA, who made a group on NA ready to go. Today is EU day. Took over Taxi's group, sounds good, so I'm gonna put it here. Oh, bro, it's okay. I'm sorry, man. See you tomorrow. Yep. See you tomorrow, my guy. What is sign up for duels? Yo, Nick, if you want to join the duels, boys, hit that 5. Okay, do this. If you guys want to join duels, groups are looking right now. Player versus player. Open up LFG window. Player versus player tab. Pre-made groups on the left-hand side. Custom button in the middle. Find a group and tap number 5 at the top. Enter. Alliance and Hordes. Both can look for groups. If you guys don't see one, you can always make one yourself by pressing Start Group. Call it something like 5V5 1V1 DUELS Dalaran. Just something easy for people to find. So let the boys know in the chat what group you got, what your name is, and how many people you need. Because there's always dudes looking for groups. Always. You're more than welcome to. So Criesbad's ready. Sentry's ready. I think I'm going to do Criesbad and Sentry just to mix you guys a bit. Then Alex and Lebenko can go up against Atho. I think Alex and Atho never played each other. Lebenko and them never played each other. So does Sentry and Criesbad real quick. Just so we can start mixing and matching you boys. But I think Sentry's group is actually... Alex's team, so I guess Lebanka can go out versus Atho afterwards. We'll do it like this. Actually, did Atho and Criesbad play each other? Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. They were the first ones. I'm a Sentry. Okay. So what is Sentry and Criesbad? And then Athaman versus Lebanka or whoever is available. Hit the like, boys. Yo, what's up, everybody? I am a man. Survival hunters know how to survive. You know what? I wish they were a little more defensive, though. To be honest, I think hunters in general are extremely squishy. Like, they really are. Like in raids in particular. Yeah. Alrighty. What was this thing just now? I was saying something. I literally lost my whatever train of thought I had. Sorry about that one, boys. Hope I wasn't saying something important. Oh, hunters. Yeah, squishy. I really wish they were a little bit more survivable. Like if Survival Hunter had some kind of extra defensive baseline, maybe just passive damage reduction, or maybe like a better master that gave you damage reduction and healing. That could be cool. You know, just the survivability and whatnot. Twitch. Got ourselves Arhi slowly waddling towards Anton. Wants to go as honorable as he can. Yo, Anton came in and he blasted it, dude. Look at this honorable bow out of the two. Arhi getting in the him with that salute, waiting for Anto. He waited for the bow. He's like, yo, I'm waiting. I am waiting, my guy. Looks like Anto doesn't want to go anywhere. He wants just to get back in there. Just wants to get in the duel. Doesn't want to go for line of sight. And Arhi is more than welcome to oblige. Looks like there's some lag happening for Anton. Getting hit with a stun and a sunder is going to get himself a pet up and running. Hopefully it doesn't really stop Anton. Hopefully he's still able to play the game as this man. Looks like he's getting hit by pretty bad lag. Army of the Dead joining the fight versus Arhi. As Arhi loaded himself up a massive Ellie Blast. Anton takes the hit from Ellie Blast, but he's doing mostly okay. It looks like looks like Arhi's Earth Elemental is actually able to aggro the main pet for Anton. Where's the main? Yeah, the pet is actually beating up the Ellie. Oh, Anton better have better pet control because his main pet, he better be attacking the shaman. Stun into Arhi as he pre-walls the stun. As Anto drops down the big A-bomb. The A-bomb is also getting aggroed by Earth Elemental. Dude, that Earth Elemental is very toxic. He's disruptive. Anto backing up out of the Arhi looking for Dora Shadows. Looks like he wants to go instead of Dora Shadows. Just wants to wait it out for a little bit. Stun. Missing onto Anton as the Sunder came out. Anton able to get a lot of healing as he's converting a lot of that runic power into heal. Arhi's health is low, but he always has that Maelstrom. Always has the mana to top himself off. It's a healer fight right now, as Anton just trying to see if you might be able to tussle with the Shaman God and survive. So far, he's been doing a good job. Arhi next to him, he gets some cooldowns, could be in trouble. Anton has the army that are joining. Arhi actually is pretty low on mana, could be in trouble. Oh, he doesn't have much stone where he tries to get himself a heal. Does get a heal in last second. Anton stone into Arhi as he gives him a heal in last second. Arhi somehow is still surviving. Needs a little bit more mana just to catch up. Massive Chain Harvest to recover. Anton has a lot of defenses to follow. AMS is up, and it's going to sacrifice his pet and summon a new one immediately. Arhi able to just break away for a second, as that's a flesh scout. Arhi making sure to interrupt it. Anton was able to get at least a little bit of flesh scout. Man, this Death Knight just had so much pressure. Arhi able to recover a little bit of mana. So as long as he has mana, he can convert that tiny blue bar into the big blue bar. And he always has a heal. As Anton continued to barrage him, got the swarm rolling in. And Arhi is able to avoid the unholy Death Knight. This Death Knight is insane, boys. Wall this damage off as Arhi is kind of low on health, but he wants to go for as much damage as possible. Skyfear totem is down. Does Anton choose to kill it? Anton busting out the Army of the Dead. And he's got himself IBF and things go bad. Arhi able to convert a lot of that mana into healing. Couldn't quite use a lot of lightning bolts there with that Sky Fury. Stun around the corner into Anton as well as the pets. Gonna be that A-bomb joining in. And Anton trying to go for a Chain of Ice into Arhi. He wants the pets to do the most amount of damage. The A-bomb is actually able to get quite a bit of damage as well. And Anton is just kind of stuck behind the pillar, behind the cart. Whoever left this cart out in the open, man, they need to go back and pick it up because Anton is having a hard time getting around this thing. It's just so awkward and bulky. Gonna be Ghostal joining in. Archie gets plenty of Maelstrom, dropping down the Sky Fury. Anto going for a very defensive play. Chain Harvest doesn't quite get Anto low. Ellie blasts him, but Anto got a lot of healing. He is using Death Strike every time he gets hit with a big hit. Death Strike just does so much more healing the harder he gets hit. Gonna be the grippy hand. Archie getting stunned up. Might be in big trouble. Oh, Anton! Taking down the enhancement shaman god from good old Russia. Man, these Ruskis, and Anto is Ruski himself. Dude, Ruskis are on a whole nother level when they duel. My goodness, Anton. You're taking a lot of bleed damage from Christina. Use a lot against Archie. And I wonder if he'll have enough to be able to tussle with the Feral. That is just so much consistent damage, so much pressure. And Necrolord too, so it's just probably the best burst. The best, easiest damage that can't be really stopped. Anton having to burn IBF here. Cyclone is going to have to interrupt it. Christina got himself another flush cut. Going to be a flush cut of his own. He knows that Christina's going to craft a flush cut shield. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to get myself one as well. At least this way he can even it out the odds a little bit. Got himself the swarm in order to ramp up the doubt onto Christina. Is this pet dead for Anton? Oh no, he's still alive. Okay, I didn't see him for a second. That goal is so much smaller looking than like the normal pet, which is like the other goal. But it's going to be Anton buffing up the pet. Going to be Army of the Dead. Stunning to Christina. Got himself thorns. Maybe a wall. It's going to be a wall. Anton pretty low on health. But he's going to continue to strike the damage into Christina. Continue to put the pressure to the fell. Quick roar by Christina. Going to be a leap away. The grip pulls him back in onto the pets. And Bear Form trying to see if he can survive this. Anton recovering a lot of health. Christina is actually under pressure. Going to be the frenzied regeneration. And Anton's just going to have to let the Feral land the heal. Anton's health is in trouble. Going to be maybe Dark Pact here as the main comes out. Christina is able to pull all the bleeds in. Does Anton just go for healing? He's continuing to just take as much of the runic power that he generates and try to convert into healing, sacrificing the ghoul as we hit on that 3% dampener. Quick roar by Christina as they have Bark skin up, looking for a bit of regrowth, and Anton trying to catch back up to the Feral. Is going to go for Hysteria. Grippy hand is up, going to be that main trick inside of it, needs a lot of healing, might have to go for a death pact in case things get real dire. Stun to Christina, needs a lot of healing, Lynchborn is up, trying to do damage. Oh, Army that enjoys the fight, short stun to Christina. Oh, Anton! My goodness! Oh my god! Anton! He's the hero we deserve for the Death Knight community, man! The unholy DKs! I wonder what Lego this man's playing. Wolf is up next. Anton just spent every fiber of his being battling some of the biggest dueling gods of the arena. There's no way he was going to be able to survive the third one as Wolf. Definitely had to etch a name on himself in the history of 5v5 duels. All he says, I'm playing, he's playing Magic build, which is weaker against Death Knight. Okay, that's a fair point. Archie in Russian said that he's playing more of a magic heavy build, which against the Death Knight is generally weaker. And that's true. If the Death Knight is running Spell Warden, a lot of that magic damage could just go into the Spell Warden shield. I don't know if the DK ran Spell Warden. Maybe they're still bugged where they get Spell Warden even if they don't talent into it. Because it could be that the bug is still there. But generally, yes, Archie isn't wrong. Generally, that's true. That when you're playing against Death Knight, magic damage isn't quite as potent as physical damage against them. That's true. Definitely true. I mean, AMS, I mean, Spell Warden, as I said earlier, I don't know if he actually ran Spell Warden, but that should be pointed out. Eversnitch with the disperses Wolf. This was the pressure on the Shadow Priest. So far, the Priest had to play this super defensively, trying to get the Cobra shots in. I don't know if Snitch got it now. Oh, he did not even have a chance. Wolf just sent in the T-Rexes and let them maul the Priest. The Priest is literally made of paper. I mean, it's a clothy. They just got torn to shreds. Oh, Criesbad is going to be up next versus Wolf. Now it's going to be a duel of the ages. Wolf himself is also a Necrolord, so is Criesbad, so it's going to be a lot of defenses. And Wolf trying to stay in camo. Criesbad looking for Wolf if we can find him. This is going to be Gateway as he eats a Tar Trap. And Criesbad might have to use the Gateway early. Sets up a Infernal down onto Wolf, into Cataclysm on all the pets. As the Death Chakra is spinning, attacking Criesbad, the pet should be able to bust through the Fleshcraft if at all possible. But Wolf is going to need the line of sight of Criesbad in order to get some of that damage in. Mortal by Criesbad, interfere on Wolf. That's going to be big Caswell. Wolf might need to respond here. Turtle show for the Decimating Bolt. I don't know if Criesbad Decimating Bolt even gets the empowerment since it goes in Turtle. And since it misses completely. Bonza fall around the corner. Wolf is just gonna take the damage. Got himself a short flash cut in order to catch back up on health. Gonna be quick interrupt and shadow into Criesbad, but adds himself up and immolate. The Infernal was there for the fight, but no longer. Incinerates are flying. Does Criesbad actually have empowered Incinerates? Or is that not a thing for now? And Wolf is just trying to kite Criesbad around this tiny, tiny tombstone. Whoever is in the grave for the tombstone is probably like just hearing the footsteps and explosions and T-Rexes above him like, hey, keep it down there. It's not a Forsaken, it's like freshly buried taking a nap. Gonna be a fear, but looks like Wolf was able to avoid it completely. Did not interrupt it. Was that fear meant for a pet? Criesbad super low in health. Actually, I think Wolf was able just to outlast him and not sustain Criesbad. Got himself the wall with a fear. But Criesbad is gonna actually cower. Criesbad ended up doing like a slash surrender or slash forfeit, which leaves the character kind of cowering in the arena. But he did back out of there. On Forge, what the? Doing another jig as Everstitch is going to be up next. Quick in cap onto Wolf. Is going to see him for a moment. Everstitch try to catch up with a little bit of healing. Going to be Serpent Kick to at least get himself some line of sight. So he might be able to just get away from the Wolves' barrage of Cobra shots. But the pet's are going to keep him company back there. Man, that was rough. He's not running Spell Warden. No bug either. It's just anti-caster. True, I agree with you on that one. Criesbad says that the DK is very anti-caster. I don't disagree with that at all. Freezing Trap right next to Never. Oh, Never has one of his images get frozen. Which technically does reduce some of the damage he does. Unless it was a Kevin Slime that got frozen. Which might have been. Wolf under a ton of pressure. No turtle for a bit. I don't know if he's got much. As Eversnitch got the kicks, he got the punches. And he's got the big BDB off without any turtle. No defenses, no CC. And Try to Cut Me is going to be up next. Eversnitch just burned a lot of his offensives. And one defensive of Karma. I don't know if he burned a Ford Brew yet, but Try should have himself a pretty easy setup here. Got himself images. Gonna go for that BDB a little bit late. Eversnitch popping it off. A diffuse magic for that BDB damage is gonna reduce some of it. Gonna be Ring of Peace and Try to Cut Me. Try to see if he can get into that ring, but can't do it. Popping his own ring, but Everstitch porting out of there. Looking for that recovery. Try to Cut Me still has a massive damage. Quick in cap, but Everstitch is continuing just to run away from the other monk. Looking for that reset. Try to Cut Me getting slowed. What is slowing him? Actually, was that like a Necrolord puddle? I think that was a... Whenever Necrolords with Marilyn Soulbind, if they're running the right trade setup, and he is Necrolord Marilyn setup, whenever they get hit with a slow, every 30 seconds or a minute, they put down a slow puddle, and the enemies inside of it are extra slow. That's what Try to Cut Me looks like he was walking. I just think we saw the visual for the puddle, which is unfortunate. Try to Kite Me though. Tried and keep himself in a somehow winnable position. He got a lot of cooldowns back. Eversnitch still looking to get a lot of defenses out. Gonna be in cap by Try to Cut Me. So he has the opener. Lexium gonna be immediately chicken, but Eversnitch is gonna be Lexium for his own chicken for chicken. Gonna be Karma out of Eversnitch. Karma out of Try to Cut Me. Try has full burst available. Eversnitch has only images. Got himself Ring of Peace. Zuen is going into space. Zuen is just a ping pong ball right now. Oh, that is so funny. Look at the Zuen bounce. Look at him go. Everstitch got himself a little bit of healing, rolling away from Try as he got himself that Necrolord shield, the slime shield for just a quick second. Zuen for Zuen. It looks like Everstitch is the one with the Zuen this time around. Just see how I'm set up. Gonna be that interrupt on the flesh cap. Let's try to go for big old Fist of Fury out of Try to Cut Me, trying to parry up Everstitch, but it's gonna be Fist of Fury back from him. In cap to break the fist. Let's Try to Cut Me, try to go for Vivify. And Tries a little bit behind. Everstitch could end the duel here. Big kick. And Tries just not in a good spot. Try to go for a board. Everstitch just see one more jab. Try to go for another kick. Big serpent kick out of there. Everstitch just catch up. Oh my goodness, that was rough. That was a tough one, boys. As Ilu is going to be up next. Oh, wait, man. You got to figure out your name. Ilu Hentius. Ilu Hentius is about as close as like, oh my goodness. Ilu. Dropping down Eversnitch. No trinket for that monkey. Just had a short stun with a death chakram. Went in for the big old flanking strike. I think a couple of those raptor strikes into a and into an execute. Fruity Dad. Oh my man. I like your Mog. I like your Mayshower said. Polly onto Ilu and the Ring of Frost to follow. Does freeze him. Ilu for a second could have maybe gotten out of it, but I think it was slowed down because I think Fruity is a Night Fae. He does have a slow every time he lands some kind of CC on the enemy. Eyes blocked before Ilu could do anything. I wonder if that Ice Block was meant or if that was just accidental. But Fruity, try to catch up on a little bit of healing. I don't think his ice ball gives him a heal. So maybe he's just trying to play into the cauterize. He's trying to give him opportunity to live by the cauterize. He was like, you know what? I'm ice ball here. I gotta set up later. G-Pie getting loaded up onto Ilu with a big combustion stun. Gonna be a blink to get out of that stun. Huge damage as Ilu got him some turtle shell. Fruity Dad is gonna try to see if he can soul shape out of there. Maybe he can go for the soul power siphon or power shift. Gonna be an interrupt onto Ilu. He's trying to get himself a heal. Look, can you really interrupt the mending bandages? That's so weird. There's a lock on nature. Meteor crashing down into Ulu as a fireball comes in. Could be in trouble. Phoenix lanes pyroblast. Oh, Fruity Dad! How did you do that? How did you survive that? Yo, we had some great duels. I want to see that man play again. What team was he part of? Criesbad? I want to see Fruity Dad play again. That was amazing. I love it. Let's go, boys. Dude, I love that Unholy Death Knight play. Arky, you played really well, my guy. I agree with you, though. We need 2 more Horde. Rimaru looking for 2 more Horde, boys, if you guys want in. Athaman is ready. Lebanko, do we have a team? Sentry is ready. Rimaru wants to play. Rimaru needs 2 more boys in the Horde. If you guys want to join him, head over to Play vs Player Premium Group Custom PvP. Find the group. Top number 5. Hit enter. And Criesbad and Purple Haze are in the group. Let's go, boys. Otherwise, I think we get Sentry versus Athaman. Lebanka, let me know if you have a group, my guy. Now, just let me know real quick if everybody has a group. So, Sentry, I know you guys have one. We're trying to see if we can get Romaru a group, if possible. I'm surprised seeing a Demon Hunter today. Well, Purple Haze, actually, no. Purple Haze used to play Demon Hunter. I don't think he does anymore. Yeah, Demon Hunter isn't really the most survivable DPS for duels. It's definitely fun. I think we get more NA Demon Hunters than EU Demon Hunters nowadays. But yeah. Boys, thank you so much for hanging here. If you guys are watching the stream and you're enjoying yourself, give this stream a like. I would very much appreciate it. And if you're watching the stream and you're not subbed, what are you doing? Hit subscribe, hit the bell to get the regular updates, man. We're doing a lot of the 9.2 coverage, talking about tier sets, any class changes. Romaru needs 1 more and he's good to go. We'll try to see if we can get Romaru in here, because that is someone you're making a group. And then Sentry and Atho, Chrysler, we'll try to mix and match you guys a little. We'll give Romaru like 30 more seconds. See if we can get a +1. Otherwise, maybe we could do Sentry and Atho and then Romaru versus Criesbad afterwards. Yeah? Yeah. I feel like Monk counters Hunter the most. There's some classes that definitely counter each other. You know, there's a rock, paper, scissors to some extent. Like, mages, I think, counter paladins, because mages get mobility. They can blink out of their stun. And usually they can just kite him out like an arena in a 3v3 scenario. But a paladin is really good against like a warrior, especially if it's like a Fury Arms because of immunities like Bop and Bubble. Yes, the warriors can break through it, but it can be tough. Demon Hunter is generally hated leveling, kept mine dying regular mobs, really. While questing any of the class was immortal, you can pull 3 or 4 mobs easily. Yeah, Demon Hunters I think might need a little bit more survivability. Just a little bit more. I feel like so many people remember playing out. Check the watch screen news Discord. Yo, what do we got? Oh, oh, oh! Criesbad got himself a husbando. yo, boys, yo. You know what? Your staff kind of looks like a mistletoe too. So you know how they added the incubus into WoW in 9.2? Criesbad got a screenshot for us. Look at him hanging out with a boy. Look at your mug, dude. I swear, this staff for a second looked like a mistletoe. It's holiday season anyway. Dude, you guys look great. Hold on, he's got another one. Look at these homies, dude. Just, hold on. Wait, wrong button. Just 2 homies hanging out, you know what I mean? Just the boys being boys. I like it, man. Dude, the voice lines for the incubus, they're spicy. They're really like, all right, let's make this the male version of the succubus, right? The essence of it all. And you know what? Now they gotta go back and make a new succubus. They gotta make a better succubus. I like that mock. Nick, I like that mock. That's a good set. I didn't get the helm back in the day because I didn't like it, but I wish I did because it looks wicked on everybody else. That is a good looking set. I like that one. Mage Paladin with 5 experience, but 50-50, but locks 95% loss. Gold charge turns to season 1. Oh yeah? Yo, Rumaru, do you have a one more? Or do we get Sentry versus Atho? Let me know, my guy. Rumaru just did a +1. We're good to go. One more horde? Let's go, boys. Yeah, I feel for your Marcel. I think they gotta buff him a little bit on like PvE survivability. That's all they gotta do. Just a little buff in PvE. They're good to go. Thanks, dude. I think it was great. I signed up for Rumaru. Yo, Nick, if you haven't got a group, Rumaru's looking for one more on horde. Join him. He'll be an LG. And alliance teams, I think we do have one. I think we have Athaman looking for people. Criesbad is horde. Sentry is horde. Rumaru's horde. If you guys want to make an alliance team, you're more than welcome to, by the way. Always more than welcome to. ASUS Masakibus to male. Well, so what looks like on PTR, you have a spell that will let you do a 50-50 every time you summon a succubus, or it's going to be succubus or incubus. It's like you summon the Syad of demons. It's going to be one or the other. Or you can go to like a vendor and you could buy like a collar just so you can always get a succubus, or a collar so you can always get an incubus. I swear, I hope they go back. I'm a GFunk's group. Might be Romaro. Okay, cool. I'm hoping to go back and update the succubus model. We just need one more guy and we're ready. Yo, Romaro just looking for +1 in LOG. Is Criesbad part of that group? Oh no, it's second group with TM Forest, I think. Yeah, I just need one more. Let's do Sentry and Atha real quick. Male Saya model went for real. Let's do Atha versus Sentry, and then we'll do Romaro versus Criesbad. That's what we'll do it. Because by the time they get a group, we'll have a duel done. We'll get Sentry in here as well. They gotta go back and redo the succubus, make it a little bit better. Because there's some weird parts about the succubus. Me and Kren were taking a closer look at the succubus and the incubus. The incubus looks fantastic. They got like the whip. It has like physics to it. The model is really high quality. All that stuff, right? The succubus whip is like really crappy quality. Like it's just like a texture. It's not even like a whip. Like it doesn't have any like physics to it. So they need to add that to the succubus. Succubus's hand, she like puts a hand on her hip, and the finger kind of clips into her leg, which is kind of wonky. Her thumb on that same hand, it looked broken whenever she like holds it on the hip. So they're gonna update it so it's a little bit more natural. And there's some like random polygon stuff, like looks like there's like random flaps of skin connecting things together. Like they just gotta go back and clean up succubus a bit, because the incubus looks great. They just gotta give the same treatment to the succubus while keeping the same essence. It will look great. But it looks good, dude. It's a good looking model. And they're buffing the damage of succubus and incubus, so it might be a really good pet for PvE and PvP. They're basically gonna have it stacking buff where it does 10% more damage to things. It's actually kind of nuts. Yo, hold up. I'm trying to save this one real quick and then we're good to go. I was rogue. I have two-handed swords. It doesn't. It just looks like a two-handed swords. It does extra big swords, but I don't think they're two-handed. I think they just go in his back maybe. Certain weapons do. Switch. We got ourselves Snazzy. Wait, no Snazzy. It looks like it's good. Oh, it is Snazzy. Where's this Ilu? It looks like the rogue gets hit with a Hunter's Mark, but he does still lend a sap to Ilu. The pet does not attack the rogue off the bat. Snazzy trying to get some shadow strikes in. I came into this duel at a weird moment. DFA down for the rogue. Is immune to OCC. I wonder if Ilu tried to go for a stun in between there, because the rogue does get a pure immunity. Cloak of Shadow's evasion. If Ilu still has a stun, the rogue can still be in trouble unless he tried to stun during DFA. Can the shot onto Ilu as the rogue trying to unleash the full Curian Burst, trying to see if he can eviscerate him down. Ilu with the feint death the last second does go for acceleration, gets himself a heal. There goes the stun onto the rogue. Rogue trick inside with the blind onto the hunter. He's going to shrink it to get a pet attack. I think Snazzy tried to catch a reset, but the hunter saw him for a second. And Snazzy could maybe go for an interrupt. Going to be Manic Banish. Snazzy does not interrupt Manic Banish at all. Just get attacked to the back by the pet. And Ilu got himself a full reset, getting shot by the rogue as well. And Snazzy looking to lock him down with a full stun lock combo. Does he get the damage? He's getting really close. But he's going to have to play it very defensively here. Continue to chase after Ilu. So he's actually getting a little more aggressive. Turtle Shell for that DFA. Freeze Trap still lands on him. As the rogue looked at himself, oh crap. And tried to see if he could sprint out of there, but they got frozen. Midway camo up. Oh, it looks like the Shadow Strike still flying. The Hunter didn't get too far away from Snazzy. He's able to get Shadow Strikes in, breaking him out of the stealth. Snazzy getting hit with the Chimeric Poison, reducing his damage about 25% as he's trying to rampage the damage onto the Hunter. Hunter got the Chakram. Oh, Snazzy with that pet. The Chakram just cleaving the rogue in two. Yeah, let's cover him up. We don't need to see the remains. We don't need to see that. Oh, that was brutal. Athaman with a trinket, or actually adaptation out of that CC, interrupting the flesh scalp with a rebuke as Ilu trying to see if he can get away from the hunter. Massive full final wreck is down. That's going to be huge AoE burst as Ilu goes down, slain by the paladin. Not even given an opportunity, man. Not even one bit. Christina going for a bit of a hey to Athaman, a quick wave before going for a big old pounce. As Athaman having to play it very defensively, already getting bled up, trying to go for a flashing light, trying to bait an interrupt out of Christina. And Christina knows he doesn't want to do it. So you're just going to load up Athaman full of dots, take this time. Since Athaman isn't attacking him, he might as well just take the time to just PvE him like a train dummy. Let's just put all the dots up. Let's just wait for a bit. Athaman got himself a slow onto Christina. Quickly, but Christina with a maim. Athaman could be in trouble. No adaptation just yet. Might be how to use the defensive here. Most likely Shield of Vengeance. And maybe could turn the Shield of Vengeance aggressively onto Christina. He probably is playing blind playstyle. Root onto Atha. It's going to go for flashing lights. Christina wants to stop those heals. He really, really wants to. But he knows he can't. Eventually, Atha, if he's playing the Crusader build, where he stacks up Aura, Vengeance Aura, where he stacks up Vengeance, eventually he's going to have a big burst. Huge wreck onto Christina. Atha, big bite of Christina out of nowhere before Athaman can even respond. It looks like the man goes down. Archie, I think he went in to pray for the boys. I think he went in to maybe burn somebody, like cremate him. Either way, huge damage out of Christina. Decreate is going to be up next. Trying to see if he can get a stun onto Christina. Maybe it'll give him a break to get all the pets up. Second stun to Christina. Mortal Coil to follow. Tyrant is joining the fight. Christina's just sticking out in the open. Going to be a quick roll on the pets. Is going to create some line of sight. Jumping down. Shadow Fear around the corner. Decreate is going to get the Decimate Bolt. Christina not sitting a stun long at all. And the pets are chasing after Christina, but he's able to break away. The speed of the Feral Druid is actually might be almost able to get him into a line of sight and get into maybe a resell, a full resell, getting interrupted on a flesh cut as the Felguard is still in there, chopping up with the Feral, doing a bit of damage. Decreate hit with a full maim is going to port as well as the gateway out of there. Maybe too much mobility burn. Maybe should have waited for Christina to close the gap first. Still has Decimating Bolts available. He can still go for big Demon Bolts and is trying to see if he can blast through Christina. Quick roll by the Feral Druid as they peel behind the pillar. Gotta go for a bit of a frenzy regen, a little bit of healing. Cyclone onto the Felguard pet as Decreate is out in the open, but a Mortal Coil, at least he's gonna send Christina at bay. Had a fear pre-queued up in case Christina was gonna rush out there after the Mortal Coil. Looks like they're actually just gonna go for a root onto some of these pets, trying to go for a stun on, I think, where there was the Felguard. But that's gonna be quick interrupt by Decreate. Huge leap by the Feral, covering max distance here. Decreate trinket out with a port behind the pillar. Wants to go for a Vile Fiend if he can. But Christina is just pressuring him with the mobility. He could always get around the corner, always can go for that interrupt. But Decreate actually get interrupted on a Vile Fiend might not be the worst of situations. He's going to get a Vile Fiend out either way. There's a good portion of his damage. He said, you know what? I need it. I need my Vile Fiend. Quick Fear onto Christina. Does create some CC. Is going to summon up a Tyrant. The pets are empowered. Summoning down to Obelisk. Christina does not kill the Obelisk. Instead, goes for a roar on all these pets. Flesh cut up for Decreate to catch up. These pets are still chasing after Christina. Even without the Tyrant helping out, the Vile Fiend as well as the Felguard still do quite a bit of damage, especially with that empowered Obelisk. And Christina and other classes just needs to focus down the Obelisk a lot more often. It's basically like a totem. It'll empower all the pets that are near it. But if you kill its Obelisk, which basically has a bit more health than a totem does. I'd say it has the health of like a healing type totem, the healing one. If you can kill it, then a lot of that value is gone. Christina not able to really get a good line of sight, getting blasted by those Decimate Bolts out of Decreate, and that's going to be another pet stun as well as an interrupt onto Christina. Does Christina have anything in order to maybe get himself a flesh cap? Going to be behind the pillar. Bear form, trying to get a flesh cap. Decreate will not be able to get the angle. He's just going to have to play that a little bit more carefully. A little bit safer. Cyclone onto his main pet. He does have the port back behind the pillar. He has the gateway, although I don't know if he has a cooldown available for the gateway. Does he still have the gateway buff? Or I guess the debuff rather. That won't let you use it for a bit. We'll have to wait and see. As Christina lands another opener. Decreate starting off this duel with a full fleshcraft. Quick stun immediately onto Christina as he ports out of the way. The Feral trying to slowly crawl back towards Decreate. but the slows, he's not even power shift now. He just wants to stay in that cat form. Quick skull bash onto Decreate on Shadow, still able to get some demon summons in. Mortal Coil into Christina, summon up a Tyrant. It's gonna go for a Decimator Bolt. Christina going for the bash, but Decimator Bolt still flew. That's gonna be Tyrant in power and Decreate's damage. Christina could be in trouble. It's gonna wall it off. It's gonna be Decreate kind of out in the open. No more defenses. Quick roll by Christina, but it's gonna be a stun at the last second. Christina with no health whatsoever. Just Decreate have enough damage trying to blast Christina out. The Tyrants and the Bets are all doing so much work. Christina is so low on health. The Felguard, I think, is the last bet left available. Trying to go for Shadow Fury on the corner. Doesn't quite reach Christina. And Decreate trying to make sure that there's a maximum range between him and the Feral in case the Feral goes out from behind the pillar. Flash got up for Decreate. Should be able to recover a little bit. Is the Pet rooted back there? It is Cycloned. Maimon to Decreate with a Trinket towards behind the pillar. He wants to make sure he doesn't give the Feral any opportunity to set up those bleeds. Sending a Mortal Coil, but taking the gateway to make sure there's always distance between him and the cat. Trying to queue up another Decimator Bolt. If that Decimator Bolt hits Christina at low health, the next Demon Bolts out of Decreate will be empowered. The harder Decimator Bolt hits, the more damage Demon Bolts do. And Decimator Bolt does more damage the lower the enemy's health bar is. I feel like we covered that execute playstyle of Necrolord every single week, but I think it's worth mentioning. You know? Maybe somebody popping in like, oh, I have no idea. No clue. Stun into Christina, but the break out of it with a Trinket. Decimator Bolt get it set up, but Decreate might be in trouble. Bites out of Christina, taking out that Warlock. It was a bit of a longer duel, 8 minutes into the setup. Christina and Bearform maybe has a flesh cut. Alonia charging in, interrupting a flash cut from Christina, playing a Necrolord themselves to match up Christina a little bit better. Christina with a Cyclone, Alonia could shrink it out of it if they wanted to, but they did destroy the opportunity for Christina to get a big defensive out, so maybe Alonia will just play it very, very safely. And that might be the better opportunity here. Not letting Christina catch a reset. Christina with no shield while Alonia has a full flash cap set up. Christina trying to see if they might be able to turn this around and maybe put some pressure onto Alonia. Full Shackles of Addiction out for Alonia. Loves the Shackle play. Shortest main by Christina. Not able to go anywhere thanks to the Ursos. Trying to just waddle out. Using the Wild Charge to an ally. I don't know if I like that kind of play, to be honest. Because it's not really a 1v1 duel in that case. Plus, Ferals are not really like a... I don't know. They're not a class that has struggles in duels anyway. So, I don't know if I like that, but Christina just a moment of desperation. Either way, even if that happened, Alonia was able to slay Christina. That would have been a little BM if, let's say, Christina charged over to an ally. It's just kind of like, well, that's not really in spirit of 1v1. You know. You shouldn't really use your allies as, like, mobility. It's a bit of a gray area that people don't like. Neither do I. That would have been BM if, let's say, Christina used that Fell Rush or Wild Charge to head over to an ally and won the duel. That would have been BM. Wolf getting interrupted. Does someone knockback for Alonia as the Feral is able to recover. Wolf might be a bit of trouble. Turtle Shell is available in case things go sour. And Alonia just trying to get the bleeds and the big bites to follow. Wolf trying to go for a pet sack, trying to reduce some of the damage that he's taken. Continue to get the pressure back at Alonia, trying to stare Feral, trying to stare death in face, and trying to keep himself afloat as best as possible. Freezing trap onto Alonia for a second. Wolf might be able to recover some health. Feign death with a camo. Do the pets still have dots? Oh, they do. One of the pets still has a damage over time on him. Because otherwise that bleed should have removed everything. Try to go for a fear onto Alonia, but they do get himself a restart. Wolf with a buffer of health with a Battle Master Trinket flesh cut to follow. He is sitting on borrowed health right now. Flesh cut down for Alonia, but it does get interrupted immediately. And Alonia wants to end this deal right here, but a stun from range has the Ursos into Wolf. Wolf probably should want to walk away from the Ursos just to make sure he can break it. Alonia is kind of low in health. The Pets are doing a lot of work, trying to regrowth it out there. One kill shot away. Gonna be traps around the corner. And Alonia charging back and Wolf hits him with a bash. Man, Wolf recovered a lot there. Alonia had no help whatsoever. Wolf just needs a couple of more globals as the Feral is just trying to claw back to victory if he can. Big leap weight. Oh, huge turnaround on the Hunter. Oh, my goodness. There he is. Try to kite me, seeing if he might be able to get the Feral out of stealth before the duel is over here. But it looks like Alonia is going to catch himself a clean one. 11 minutes into his duel, 37%. Oh, 40% dampening. 11 minutes, 40 seconds into the duel. 41% now. I kept mixing up my percentages for dampening and time on a regular. As I started waiting for duels, Alahu, are you playing like NA? When you say SA, do you mean South America? Are you playing NA duels? Those are tomorrow, my guy. Saturday. Tomorrow, be there. Imo, join him. Stunner to try to kite me, the Feral loading him up full of dots. Try to kite me, going for an in cap. But look at his health, he's just melting right now. Got himself images, gonna be a trick really early out of Alonia. Karma really early out of try to kite me as he's loaded himself up full of damage versus Alonia. Every defensive massive kick and try. Taking the Feral out of the game with a rising sun kick. As Nemi is gonna be up next as a Beastmaster Hunter. Looking for good angles versus try to kite me as he got himself vivifies back to back. And try to see if he can survive this disarm to Nemi, but it's gonna be Nemi taking him out. And Arki's the last one left. Nemi is not even giving Arki an opportunity. He's just charging in the pets. And that's gonna be Arki with a Sunder. Looking to get a stun to Nemi, but that's an early turtle shell. At this high dampening, but that might not be a bad idea. Especially since Arki has a lot of Maelstrom set up. Arki trying to land a stun to him, does land it. Big Ellie blast into Nemi. Does he have a big chain harvest? Nemi with a feign death and a camo. Chain harvest went out, but the feign death ignored a lot of that damage, so that's really well done. Freezing trap, but it does only hit the earth elemental. Nemi trying to kite out Arki as best as possible. Making sure that there's plenty of distance between the two, but Arki and Ghostwolf can just cover that distance so fast. And Nemi, I think, is a Ventier, so it's not like them can really do much here. They kind of just pinned against Arhi. Can't really do much in this situation. And Arhi is just building up Maelstrom. Get hit with a stun. Nemi able to get a bit of damage in. Arhi has plenty of mana to work with 51% dampening. Is it going to be enough to deter Arhi from playing defensively? Freezing Trap stops him and plays Trinket side immediately. And once they end the duel, I think he's trying to get a big Ellie Blast. Got him so Storm Strike. Nemi with a back up, but an Ellie Blast just ends it. I love that elemental playstyle you got going on, boys. The shamans. Are we gonna see more of that in 9-2, you think? Possibly, right? Anyway, boys, let's get another duel up and running. Let's get another group in here, yeah? Another one up and running, boys. I'm in tier 4's group. We're ready? Cries is ready? Alright, I'm gonna queue you guys immediately. Remaru Cutie and Chrysler. No target. Did I misspell someone's name? R-E-M-A-R-U-Q-T. Remaru Cutie and Chrysler 5. Somebody offline in reality? Remaru, you might be offline in reality. Yeah, Remaru. Oh wait, no you're not. Remaru QT. Remaru QT and Chrysler. Let's try it again. R-E-M-A-R-U-Q-T. Chrysler. Now it worked. I didn't do anything different. I must have misspelled like one letter somewhere off, dude. Must have been one letter off. Alrighty, we'll see if we can get a group in. If we don't get a queue because of LFG, we'll just have to requeue. Let me know if I need to requeue, boys. Man, these duels have been good today. These duels have been prime, dude. Group 1 ready new. Yo, Atha got a new person. Alright, Chrysler and Remaru will have to queue you versus Sentry and Atha. I'll have to kind of flip you guys a bit or against one another. Requeue? Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. Coveron? Ah, not my favorite. I feel like we gotta, I gotta go back and I gotta do a randomized arenas, boys, and just take Tolveron out of the picture. I don't know what it is. Chat, do you guys like Tolveron Arena or are you not a huge fan? I need to know, chat. I need to know, man. You tell me a story of my childhood? Can I tell you a story of my childhood? Marcel, you're more than welcome to my man. Go for it. Bro, I'm not a fan of this arena for duels. It's fine in arenas normal, like 2s and 3s, but it's just too big for duels. I feel like I've always played this arena and there's been best arena. Every time I say I don't like it, Chrysler's like best arena. I feel like maybe because of Warlock and that just gives them an advantage there. When I was Unijump played on a Warlock, summoned a succubus and then made a spank and moan and noise. So I'm passing by the door in the moment. Bro, that happens all the time. When you're watching some anime and then there's like just a fan service moment, that's where your mom walks by, dude. Every single time. Or movies, and there's like nothing happens. And there's like a movie sex scene. Your mom walks by it right at the moment. Every damn time, dude. It always happens. I don't know why. Twitch. That's the story of young boys everywhere, man. I feel you in that one. TM4 is getting an open onto Criesbad. Before Criesbad can really... I guess Criesbad did get a setup. He got the gateway. He got the thing. but he didn't really get himself a setup like full, like just stand out in the open, AFK for a bit. I guess he doesn't necessarily need to AFK. But Team 4's Blades are actually rotting Criesbad down pretty hard. Is having to swap out from the Succubus into the Fell Hunter. Gonna be the Mortal Coil. Team 4 trick inside of it. He got the pressure onto Criesbad. Infernal drops in as a fear. This is gonna encapsulate Team Forest. Criesbad looking for a better angle. Gonna be Bonzafell. Does Team Forest rush in? He was for line of sight. And Criesbad actually gonna port next to Team Forest, chasing after him, hits him with a curse of exhaustion. Gonna be the roar to disrupt the Warlock for a bit. And Criesbad is gonna catch up a little bit of health. I think it's a Warlock Hellstone in order to get back up and running. The CM Force looking for a little bit of healing. Does get interrupted by the Fell Hunter. Maybe could go for a Flesh Cut. I don't think we'll see a Flesh Cut for at least another minute. But TM Force at least trying to build up whatever comp points. Does get low in health. So he does activate a Mercy Frenzy regen. Gonna be Criesbad trying to see if he can make him disappear. I like that trick. Maybe that's what Criesbad likes in Arena, because you just make enemies disappear behind the pillar. He can port the chase after him. He's like, alright, I'll send you there. I'll eat you there myself. Decimated Bolt gets set up on the Feral. Interrupting the Decimated Bolt though. So Criesbad, wait, did he get interrupted or not? Team 4 is still super low. Incinerates are flying. I think he still gets the Decimated Bolt interrupts. Oh no, the Incinerate. Oh, actually, I might have interrupted the Decimated Bolt. Might have not been able to get a full one. Flesh Cut as Team 4 does CC the pet for a second and is able to recover a little bit. Criesbad also getting his own Flesh Cut up as well. Then he ports out of there with the fear on TM and he bits out. The most spikes teenager. Yeah, I thought that's exactly what happens to most spikes teenager. Low melee versus range pretty stupid. Melee cannot run forever. True. It's good for caster. Yeah, this arena is great for caster. It's good for certain melee that have good mobility, like pharaohs and rogues and monks and not really demon hunters. It's also really good for hunters too. Anything that's mobility and casters kind of sort of like this arena to a certain extent. But yeah. Fell Hunter getting resummoned for Criesbad. TM4 is getting him with the Mortal Coil. It looks like Mortal Coil has a bit of a delay for Criesbad. It's almost like it has a delayed effect. I think it's because TM4 sleeps towards Criesbad. Mortal Coil gets sent out. It doesn't intercept the Feral, but it kind of like trails after the Feral. Like it hits the Feral, but it still goes for like its like length of duration of cast. You know what I mean? Like the animation happens quickly, but it takes a second before the fear effect hits him either way. Gotta be that Bonzafell. Team 4 is breaking through the shackles. And Criesbad sends a couple instants at Team Forest, but the Fell Hunter goes down. Wait, Team Forest might have actually got pressure onto Criesbad. No more pet. Maybe Team Forest just wins this one by default. As he's trying to see if he can get himself a better angle. He's just gonna catch back up to Criesbad. Mortal Coil sending him out. That's gonna be fear. No tricking for a bit. Trying to summon a Fell Hunter in that fear. Is he able to? He is. More than enough time to summon a Fell Hunter and even get a cast off of the Team Forest. The Team Forest might have to do the same thing, just to rot down the pet. As Criesbad keeps getting drained lives onto the Feral. Looks like Team Forest might be able to get a couple of bites back to back. Not much you can really do. Not much Criesbad can really do unless he wants to pull the pet back. Bonzafell around the corner. Team Forest getting hit by it does a bit of damn, but it should be okay. Massive lead from downtown. With a maim onto Criesbad, going to be the Dark Pack for Criesbad to deal with some of the damage that goes out. Fear onto TM Force as Infernal joins the fight. Criesbad loading up a big old Chaos Bolt. TM Force does not have a wall. Decimate Bolt is going to fly. Could be huge damage. Shadow Fear onto the kitty. Does catch him. Incinerate 1, 2. Does he get a third one? Mortal Coil. And the third Incinerate is going to take him out. Actually, even Shadow burned him right before that Incinerate connected. Deaded is going to be up next as a monk. Looking to end Criesbad after seeing the Feral get rampaged by the Infernal and just absolutely scorched by the Incinerates. Gonna be that port onto the monk is gonna be going places. As Criesbad finds himself extremely low, Flesh Cut roll walls up, it can't be interrupted. So he actually get himself a big defensive. He's gonna swap out for the Succubus pet really quickly. That's a couple of fears into Deaded, and Criesbad needs to find a way to kite the monk. Does hit him with slows. The Succubus is helping out in that department as well. Criesbad going for the borrowed health with Battle Master Chicken, getting interrupted on Shadow. Could be in trouble. I think it might be over for Criesbad. Has a port and a Mortal Coil coming up very soon. Darkback, wait, looks like Criesbad might have been able to stabilize. He no longer has a Flesh Cut. Oh! I take that back. Didn't stabilize. He lived on a borrowed health. And that's all he could really do. Borrowed health helped him a little, but only so much. Man, that's rough. That's the win, just get one little paw. If only he pressed Dark Pact or had a Mortal Coil there, he might have been okay. What's up, King? How you doing, my man? Hope you have a good one. Lexi or Everstitch, a deaded, hoping to make Everstitch deaded. Gonna be the parry with a flesh cap. Did you know? Whenever the warrior pops parry and channels flesh cap, your interrupt as a melee is technically an ability. It's technically an attack as a melee interrupt, like rebuke, your pummel, rogue kick, spear hand strike by the monk. It's technically a melee hit. So when you parry, you could parry the melee hit. So you could parry, press flesh cap, and you channel the full shield, and you can't be interrupted. It's kind of nuts since flesh cap gives you CC immunity. Oh, but Stitch didn't you? That even though you went through that ballsy move, popping those defenses together, that wasn't enough to keep him alive though. As deaded, make sure that the man was deaded. Mirror Tournament out for Fruity Dad, playing that Venthyr for the Warlock this time. I find the playstyle for Venthyr interesting. Ring of Peace or Ring of Frost doesn't quite freeze the monk, hits him with an incap as the G-Pie comes out and should be able to get away. Try to go for Vivifies, but the mirrors are going to end up hitting him every time he uses a cast spell. Whether he goes for a normal heal with, like, I don't know, Fuse Magic, whether he goes for auto attack hits versus Fruity, whether he goes for Vivify, it looks like he just try to avoid Fruity Dad as best he can. Quick breath by the mage with a poly, making sure to create some distance. It looks like the mage is Shimmer this time instead of Blink. Is going to try to go for another Ring of Frost. The G-Pie is going to break him out of the freeze. Going to be Fruity Dad with a Trinket. Ice Block in order to break through a Karma. Try to see if he can buzz through damage into Deaded. Looks like he's playing the normal Blink, actually. So I think he is proper normal. I guess he must have the highest haste ever. He got like the lowest GCDs on his cast. Is going to send out more Pyros as Deaded. Get it back in there. As for Dad, looking for Door Shadows. Walked away from Deaded to make sure he can make sure that he gets some range on him. Deaded continued to cast it in place, but it's going to create some line of sight. Hide behind the pillar. Hide away from the barrage of Pyroblast and the fireworks. For Dad, trying to go for a poly if you can. Going to be a Shackles Malediction that's going to be diffused by Deaded really early on. Fruity just trying to keep himself afloat with the shields. Wait, is Fruity Dad playing triple shield or is he not playing triple shield? What leg is he playing if he's not triple shield? I didn't see triple shield come up. But maybe my eyes are just not like what they used to. Flash Cup for Deaded, and Fruity Dad has no way to interrupt it. So Deaded get himself a full reset. He's going to be going into this duel versus Fruity with full cooldowns as the mage continuing to control the monk. Getting a trinket out of him. Quick in cap as Deaded trying to let up big blasting damage. Fruity accidentally picking up the eye. That ultra time is going to put him back in a good position though. Nova onto Deaded, trying to hit him with a fire blast. Or G-Pie rather. That's most likely going to be G-Pie, Fireball, just casting Fireballs. Just blasted damage into Deaded. Deaded for just a bit of those hits. Sitting at half health, and Fruity's just chasing after him. Meteor coming down. Does he have a big go? No combustions yet. Does he even need it? Karma out for Deaded really early. Fruity just trying to queue up another G-Pie. Going to be Images join the fight. Ring of Frost getting interrupted. So Deaded, quick interrupt. He doesn't have a way to stop Fruity for a second. Needs to back up out of there. Between incap, between leg sweep, and an interrupt. He needs to always have something to work with. Fruity try to go for a blink, interrupt, and maybe a Nova into Deaded. Hits him with a one fire blast as he's reshuffling to the other side of the pillar. This is why I'm not a huge fan of this arena. The map is way too big. A class like Monk could just go for a Serpent Kick from one pillar to the next. This creates so much line of sight. Fruity trying to make sure there's some distance versus Deaded. Has Combustion back up. Rune of Power with a Fireball. Combustion. I don't really know if he needs to go for double combined Combustion Rune of Power. Deaded though. Burn down. Oh! Fruity Dad taking him out. Gonna be the interrupt for both of them. As G-Funk charges at Fruity. What did he interrupt? Was G-Funk trying to go for Flash Cut? I think it might have been. And I think Fruity just didn't let it. That's why it was a Harpoon out of G-Funk. Mirrors of Torment out with a G-Pie. G-Pie can feign Death It, removing the Mirrors of Torment completely, as well as the damage of that G-Pie altogether. And Fruity trying to go with it all the time, just trying to take a bit of damage. G-Funk is already waiting for him. He knows exactly where he's going to be. Does Fruity still alter? Cancels it. Cancels alter. Seems like, you know what? G-Funk backed up. I'm pretty healthy, so there's no point for me coming back. G-Funk probably has a freezing trap waiting for me anyway. I don't want to eat that trap. I don't want to eat any of that CC. Fruity looking to get himself a big old G-Pie versus G-Funk with the Ring of Frost to follow. Rune of Power as well. G-Funk is going to eat, I think, a portion of the Meteor. Does eat the Meteor, actually. It looked like he was right outside of its reach, but it still does connect as a bit of slightly bigger hitbox than expected. Going to be a quick muzzle onto Fruity with the breath by the Mage. Go. For G-Fuck, not doing super well on health. Might have to go for Turtle Shell here. It's going to be Feign Death really early. G-Fuck skewing up a G-Pie. It's going to be a Turtle Shell. As Fruity's actually kind of low on health. G-Fuck actually canceling his Turtle just to get more damage in. Shackles more addiction. G-Fuck has nothing for it. Shackles might just run him. Stun onto Fruity. Trying to go for Shackles of his own. Fruity, does he have anything here? Might he have to cauterize it here? It's going to be a shield. Doesn't play the triple shield Lego. What Lego is he playing then? Oh, that Shackle just didn't give him much healing to work with. G-Funk tried to get himself a little bit of healing at the end. But there was only so much he could do. What legendary is Fruity Dad playing if he's not playing the triple shield Lego? Also, how is this man surviving without triple shield, by the way? Yo, Fruity, can you GM me in Discord what Lego you're playing, or even just whisper me? I'm interested. I'm not going to let anybody know what Lego you're playing. I'm not going to show him. But I'm interested to see what she's running. I wonder if he's doing like some weird Lego, some obscure Lego. G-Fun catching up a full camera is going to go for the Death Chakra versus Snitch. A Snitch hits him with a stun, loading him up full of dots. G-Fun is going to go for the Pet Sack. Feign Death as the dots have taken off. Everstitch with a PI, Wood Eruption, everything. The pets are in. G-Fun is not taking any damage whatsoever though. Is the pet even attack? I think G-Funk's pet is going to attack, not G-Funk himself. So Snitch trick us out of it. Greater Fate for a second. Might have to go for Disperse. Yeah, G-Funk's pet is getting blasted by all these pets, but G-Funk himself is really healthy. And it's actually going to go for a heal on a pet since there's no dots in a pet. He literally just went to manibend the bones of that raptor. He's going to harp him back in, shock him to just slice the man in two. And Purple Haze is up next. Ooh, I haven't seen Purple Haze in a while. Stun onto G-Funk, leaping on top of him. Big old I-beam, trying to go for the Immolation Aura. Able to do the most amount of damage here. The Hunt charging out of bodies him, tackles him, taking him out of the game. And Nick is going to be up next, or maybe Anton. Looks like it is going to be the Owl Rogue Nick. That's Purple Haze backs up out of there. Should be aware that the Rogue is in stealth. And it's going to activate Eyes for a second. Nick trying to get some damage in. Unable to get himself a proper opener without a cheap shot or anything. Purple Haze getting hit with a blind as Nick is behind the pillar. Having to go for a bit of a reset. Playing increased damage when he's in Frost Arcane. Oh, you might be right, Vescas. He might be playing that Lego, the PvE Lego. I-beam up for Purple Haze. That is a full flagellation by Nick, though. He needs just to go through the finishes in order to take down Purple Haze. Purple Haze taking lots of shot damage. Darkness coming out as the Rogue is really besting the Demon Hunter for a bit. Purple Haze at no health whatsoever. Does Nick have enough damage here? Yo, stun around the corner. Gouge into Purple Haze. Kid a shot. I think Rogue got him. Oh, that was a clutch one. This Rogue actually went in for full flagellation Ventier burst. That did work. Not bad at all. Alright, boys, let's get another one up in here, yeah? Let's get another one up and running. I like these duels. What is this? Oh. Just to make sure you guys don't get to see, I want to know what it is. Oh, okay, okay. I see what he does. I see what he's doing. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna let you guys know what he's playing exactly. Athaman got a group ready. Let's go, boys. Athaman with the team ready to go. Hell yeah. I don't really know why this number always falls off for me. I'm struggling to get it to 144. Alright, whatever. Group ready, Sentry's ready. I guess we could do Sentry versus Atho. I feel like those two played each other already, but I'm fine with that. We'll get him back in there. I'm pretty sure there's some rematches that they need to do. Especially with those Pharaohs in there. This Pharaoh's part of the group. They got the damage, but the survivability is really rough. That's for sure. That is for sure. I've been leveling disc waste lately. I'm gonna get a geared disc and then get him some nice shadow, and then it'll be nice to do duels all the time. Oh, so when you could? Yeah, so it is pretty good. That is fine. What's up, Mr. How you doing, fam? Hope you're having a good one. Yo, congrats on your Mage Trial, by the way. Are you gonna go back and do any of your other characters? Other alts? Because you could play like Alien Enhancement. Both of those are pretty good. I found Enhancement Shaman for the Sigrun fight pretty easy. It's really not bad at all. Really not bad whatsoever. Alrighty, boys. Let's get another one up and running, yeah? Oh, man. Dude, I'm starting to feel sick. I really need to get sleep tonight. Oh my goodness, dude. I'm gonna watch Witcher after this, eat some pizza, and relax on the couch. I'm gonna rest most of the day. I got a bad headache, so... Yo, Team 1 is missing one guy. Oh, hopefully they get back in. Did I save that one? Okay, hold on, team. Don't fight each other yet. Dal's gotta save a clip. Dal's saving a clip. Hold on. Dal's saving that audio. Want to make sure I don't lose that audio. Fassel, my man, how you doing, my dude? I'll be having a good one, my guy. I love me, Fassel, dude. Switch. I love me, Fassel, dude. This is like, there's only a handful of Worgen to join the duels, and this man is playing to Worgen. Dude, Worgens, can they get tails? Can they get a tail option? They got so many good customizations. Can they just get an option for a tail or no tail? Like, we got so much. You got tail options for Tauren. Why can Worgen get tail? Like, even if they don't have one in lore or WoW, like, it would look so cool. Come on, man. Gonna be Wolf versus Fassel exchanging stuns. Wolf is getting stunned back to back. The Tyrant is gonna be out and about. The Felguard almost hitting Wolf, knocking him out of the park. It's gonna interrupt the Tyrant as he knows who control. He's better controlling the Tyrant rather than the Warlock himself. The Obelisk is around the corner, so Wolf is continuing to get barrages with pets who are empowered. The Tyrant is out for a few more seconds. The Felguards are still going to be attacking him. Going to be more to coil as Fassel goes in for a fear, getting some hand to go down after Wolf, building up a bigger pet army. And Fassel looking for yet another fear. Got himself decimated bolt. Looks like the fear just didn't go through on the Wolf. Looks like the fear was on one of the pets instead. I don't know if Fassel was able to get himself he was able to get decimated bolts. Demon bolts are actually chunking out Wolf. Could be in big trouble. Trying to go for his heal. Oh my god, that shield! Dude, that would have been dead, but his feign death with the talent was clutch. So clutch. He actually just basically immune the last demon bolt. That was an empowered demon bolt that was going to be dead. Wolf has nothing left too. Oh my goodness, Fassel is just rampaging him. Stun around the corner. Demon Dog is doing work. Fassel just, my goodness, he took him to the cleaners. What is going on there? Anto getting hit with a mortal coil immediately as he approaches Fassel, unable to get himself a proper opener. Fassel backing up out of there for a second, got himself handed go dance quick, yoink by the Demon Hunter, by the Death, why don't I call him Demon Hunter? Death Knight, and Fassel with a port. In case things ever get sour. Anto needs to build up a lot of resources. He has the Felguard to chase after him, so he could use the Felguard to build resources, busting up the pet to empower him, going full chat mode. Fassel taking this up with a dark back, minded to use a wall here as well. He has a lot of damage available with the Tyrant. Needs to go for a Shadow Fury, getting stunned by the pet. Fassel could be in trouble, trying to go for a fear, but the pets are still on him. Oh, Anton, as soon as he got the pets in there, rampaging at the Warlock. There's only so much you can do. Anto just busting out the army, dude. Dude, the pet classes are dominating this week, man. Everybody that's a pet class is just blasting people out of the park. That is crazy. Outlaw, check LFG, man. Check LFG, there might be some available. Athaman, man, Team 1 just had a 4-man squad though too, so hopefully Team 1 will at least have majority of the boys play, and majority of the Team 2 will get to play. Anto though getting blasted out by Athaman, just ungodly damage, just Tyrion himself, just took over Athaman's computer, knocked him out of the window, and is just playing the game for him. And Anto, he's just Uther that's playing Athaman's character, pretending that Anto is literally Arthas himself, so he's trying to go for a bit of a rematch. Anton though is in a bad place. Got himself Lichborn, a little bit of healing, trying to heal up as much as possible. Got himself Deathback in case things go bad. Athaman taking this up with Shield of Vengeance, or rather Uther taking up Shield of Vengeance. Gonna be the grippy hand for Anton. Bubbles it off just to make sure he's safe. Still continuing just to send the hammers flying at Anton. Anton is in really bad trouble. Athaman might just be able to take him out here. Does get the big AoE. Man, there's just so much burst, so much damage. As Athaman trying to catch up a little bit of healing, Arki is going to be up next, playing up the elemental build. As in, he's still enhancement shaman, he's just really playing into the elemental damage. The nature, the frost, the fire. Oh, huge chain harvest. Athaman has no bubble for this one, getting drained of life completely, and double so actually with Soul and Hail. Oh my goodness. Picking up the eye, Alonia is sneaking behind. Arki is going to be able to get the opener. Arki is going to take the 5% more damage from the opener and stealth as a cat. It's going to be some swipes for Alonia. Arki having to go very defensively, sitting in Ghost Wolf just to tank up as much as he can. Whatever health generation he can get out of it is best. Maybe even... Is he Earth Shield? He is Earth Shield. Okay, I was thinking maybe he's playing the... where in Ghost Wolf you stack up a damage buff, or damage debuff, or damage reduction buff, rather. Gonna be a bash by Alonia as Alonia is starting to take a bit of damage. Go to shackles onto Arki. Does not have a way to break the shackles. Just trying to hoof it out of there while in Ghost Wolf. Big bites closing in on Alonia. just putting pressure onto Archie. He needs a bit of Maelstrom in order to catch up on health. He's just trying to stay alive and healthy as best as possible. Starting to spend some of that mana for self-healing. But he needs more Maelstrom. Definitely needs more Maelstrom. Gotta be a quick main by Alonia. The Earth Elemental does give Archie a bit more health to work with. No wall for Archie for a while. Does make sure to re-establish a fresh Earth Shield. Again, needs more mana. Those heals are starting to get off without any Maelstrom whatsoever. So Archie is in a bit of a tight spot right now. Still trying to go for recovery. Has Ghost Wolves available again. Might want to get him out there. And it's going to go for Skyfear Totem. Still needs recovery. Massive Chain Harvest to reverse the damage onto Alonia. Alonia popping off wall and should be able to be basically next to invulnerable versus Archie, who is playing this defensively. Hitting Alonia with a couple of snowballs. Trying to slow him. Trinkets out of the stun to make sure he can maintain his health. He's still in trouble. Still in a bad situation. That is a lot of bleeds out of Alonia. He was playing the Necrolord, so it's going to be constant taking pressure. Though Archie able to recover here and there with massive heals. Frenzied, Feral Frenzy up, the big bleed onto Archie, putting a lot of pressure back on the Shaman. It looked like he just a second ago recovered. Maelstrom is up, he's gonna need to go for a bunch of healing. Might to go for another heal yet again. Doesn't have anything to really do damage back to Alonia, so he has to play defensively, walling this off, trying to save up the mana as best as possible, dropping out Sky Fury, blasting at Alonia. I don't think he gets the crit that he wanted. Trying to see if he might be able to get some cleave damage, still continue to build Maelstrom, but he's running a little bit low on mana. That Earth Shield was a little bit of a tight call there because it costs quite a bit of mana too. Dropping down the healing totem as well. It is trying to heal Archie as best as possible, but he needs something else. He needs something more. Just trying to stay away from the Feral, maybe regenerate some mana. Ursul's around the corner. Might get yoinked into Ursul's. Does he get hit by Ursul's? No, he doesn't. Not yet, at least. Couple of Storm Strikes. Has a bit of mana, just a tiniest bit. Oh, and I think it's going to be down for the count. Alonia was able to truck him down. Ilu is going to be up next. Survival Hunter charging out versus Christina, or versus Alonia. I was going to say Christina, but it's actually still Alonia for now at least. But Ilu getting bled up. It was still Fleshcav's holding on strong. Harpooning to Alonia before they disconnect completely after the Chimeric. It's going to be an interrupt as Alonia try to get him healed. There's going to be a Fleshcav though to try to recover. 7 minutes into his duel, 30% dampening. Alonia should have plenty of healing to keep on trucking. Gotta be that Freezing Trap as Ilu. Going for that Fleshcav reset. Hunter's Mark onto Alonia. As he sends in grenades, Alonia charging in, quick stun, actually ends up getting a reset. I don't know if he got a re-stealth from the freezing trap or he went for a shadow mode re-stealth there just to get that stun. Gonna be a massive chakra onto Alonia. It's still continuing to spin. What is going on? We did it again. Last week it happened to Athaman. It's continued to spin over and over and over. That's probably the best bug ever. Blizzard, can you not fix that? That looked awesome. Low health though. Alonia might be able to bite him down though. And they're trying to see if he can survive the bash. Trinkets out of it. He's just continuing to run. Continue to hoof it out of there. Stun onto Alonia. No trinket out for Alonia. Can Ilu turn this around? Still so low in health. Leap and a bite by Alonia. Christina is gonna have to be the last one to walk up at Alonia, take him out of the game and see if their boy in a rage. Ooh. Looking good. Can actually have a chance at a duel. Alonia down on the wall, down a berserk for a bit too. So offensively, Alonia isn't super good. Actually, welcome up very, very soon. Trinket. That's another thing that Alonia does not have. So Christina can use that trinket. Looks like the big bleeds came out of Alonia as well. As you see Christina's health as well as Alonia's health melting. But both the Pharaohs stayed super aggressive there. Enraged, going to be playing that Necrolord Fury warrior, leaping in, trying to deny Christina a reset. Which is exactly what you should do as a warrior. Christina might have a flesh cut back up by now. Quick roar onto Enrage, looking for that reset, looking for that re-stealth. Enrage, I don't think you can reach him. Christina got plenty of range to be able to catch a reset. Unless Enrage wants to go pick up the eye, which might not be a bad idea. It looks like Christina is heading behind the pillar. It's going to go for the full bear from Flesh Cut. So he's definitely going to do this duel with full defenses available. And Enrage looking for, actually not even going to have, but Christina in stealth? Might have been, might have not been. Enrage getting bled up in the opener. Blaze Storm available. Activating Avatar as well. So he's playing the Tormented King's Legendary. Could be a lot of damage if he gets the right buffs. There's going to be another Avatar together with Rek. Try to heal through this. Not shrinking it just yet. Gotta be that route. Needs to find a way to break out of it. Christina's just moonfiring him away. Enrage needs to close the gap. Somehow gets the charge heal. Definitely needs even more healing. Has a full bar of rage. Is going to spend it into Ignore Pain. And it's gonna take some of those bleeds, some of the dot damage, and just offset into the shield. But I don't know if it's gonna be enough. Enrage definitely needs more healing. Christina looked like they were getting attacked, but still it was able to catch himself and reset. kind of weird. Enrage has a trinket, definitely needs to use it here. Trinket, maybe something. Activating Battle Masters in order to give him more health. Christina hits him with the root. Gonna be that banner. Could be a lot of rage for Enrage, but looks like Christina hasn't bled up completely. And oh my goodness. Wasn't enough. Barely enough. Unfortunate. Нужен revenge с паладином. Revenge? Yeah. Мы можем revenge. Можем revenge. Антон. Мне нравится, как его, рыцарь смерти. Trying to say, I like his on Death Knight gameplay, but I'm trying to figure out how do you say the Death Knight in Russian. I think it's literally Knight of Death. Рыцарь смерти. Рыцарь being knight, and смерти being death. Which is not like Death Knight, it's more like a knight. It makes you think like a medieval knight. Medieval knight with a banner of like death or something. At least that's how I see it whenever I say it in Russian. Athaman, find one more if you want. Let me see how many we're at. I do want to get a rematch between the two. Fifth one was online up on queue, but one offline. That's all good, Atho. No worries about it, my guy. So it looks like Century, Atho, Rimaru, Criesbad. Do you guys get groups at all? Healer Affinity. Yeah, it does a lot of healing. So a DK is really good when the duel Holy versus Holy is like a Jedi versus Sith. It is really good. У тебя отличный русский, unknown. Я забываю русский чуть-чуть. Но я пытаюсь говорить по-русски с русским... как его? С русскими... как его? Вьюеры. Я не знаю, как по-русски сказать это. Try to speak Russian. Unknown said I have a really excellent Russian. I said no, it's really bad. But I try to speak Russian with Russians in chat whenever I can. But it's a smerty is good. Okay. It's good. He wrote is good in Russian. He said Death Knight Rыцарь смерти is good, but it said is good in Russian. That's funny. And his groups can invite me if you ever. I don't know if we got groups. So Athaman had a one. Essentially looking for more. Mugatove? Yo, essentially got one more, dude. He got one more duel in him. One more game in him. So looking for a group. Athaman might be looking for one more, Nick, if you want to join him. He is Alliance though, so I don't know. Let's see if Athaman even makes a group together. Maybe Athaman won't even put one up. Good to see a DK being good PvP. Really low tier and Mythic Pluses. Worst melee specs sadly now. Yeah, I think they're not bad for like, I feel like maybe they're not great for pushing. И мы хотим крови, yo. Such as like, yo, we're ready and we want blood. Oh, give me blood. If Athaman got one more Alliance for Alliance game. Looking for her group. Yeah, Outlawed. I don't know if he essentially had a group available, but he's filled up. So I don't know if it'll be this is probably going to be the last one for the Athaman versus Zenshi. If Athaman gets a group together, let's give him like a couple of minutes. If Athaman can't put one together, or he decides, you know what, I'm a head out. We'll call it here because I got pizza. I got Witcher to watch. I should be resting anyway, but I want to hang out with you boys. I like hanging out with you guys. I can horde? Yeah, if you guys want to make a second group together, you're more than welcome to. Maybe a second horde group could get put together before Athaman finds a +1. But it's okay if we don't. So Marcel, is Death Knight really that low tier? Is it? Isn't Feral technically worse, Marcel? But is Death Knight like as a DPS? I guess as a Feral you could close by Boomkin, right? But Death Knight as a DPS, I guess is it really that bad? In raids on a holy DK, you can somehow still keep up with others, but yeah, Mythic Plus pushing is a bit slower pace burst, long cooldowns. I mean, the cooldowns for like Frost are 2 minutes, which I think works pretty well for most groups, but yeah, I feel you on that. I feel like they're not quite warriors who have like no CDs, like 45 seconds, you have cooldowns for every group. They're not quite Fury who just constantly sustain damages. They're not even Rats who could just go for big nukes with Wings, because Wings is huge. They're like in between of like a Red Pally on cooldown lane, but like a Arms or Fury Warrior on the cooldown strength in PvE. But the tier sets look good. Like when you empower your pets and get a lot of more executes, that'd be really good. Кто может пробить нам вызов? If we don't find a fourth person, let's go for a 4. I'd rather do 5v5. I think when we have all 5 people together, it ends up being a much more fun match. But a 4v4, I guess the best I can give is like a 4v5. But I'd rather do 5v5. But if you don't get a full 5, it's perfectly fine. That'll be a perfect excuse for me to go and chill. For hanging out with your boys. Boys, by the way, if you're watching the stream, if you enjoyed yourself, enjoy your time here, hit that like button. It helps out the channel. Also, if you're watching the stream, what are you doing not being subscribed? What are you doing not hitting the bell? Do you know how much content we put out regular on WoW? Do you know how often we do updates for class stuff? We know the guides we put up? Bro, hit the bell, hit the like. Do all that stuff. I appreciate you boys for doing that. Very much appreciate it. Helps the channel out tremendously. Plus, just hit subscribe if you're watching the videos anyway. If you're watching the streams anyway. You might as well. You're the best? Yo, Nemi, you're the best. Thanks for hanging out, fam. Also, Nemi, I'm sad you couldn't get too many games in. I wish you got more games in. I know you hang out here for those regularly. One more alliance. Come on, guys. Let's see if we get one more in alliance, boys. Let's go. Uno más on alliance for Team Atho, and we can get a one more duel. And Atho and Deathknight, if you guys want them, yo, we could have Anton and Atho start the duel and be first ones out. Rome sub says 1 month and 15 days. How do I get a new icon on my team? So the icon is one member. So there's a 1 month member icon, 2 month, I think 3 month, 6 month, year. It's really set up by YouTube. I mean, I probably could go and get a bunch of tiers for like one of every month. I should probably go back there. But Cylon, when you hit that 2, you'll see it. You know what I mean? You'll see it, my guy. Oh, I just got it. Oh, okay. You're saying you've been sub for a month and yours didn't change? There it is. It's a backstab, boys. Fastest mode? Really? I didn't realize, Nemi. So you did get to play. Hell yeah. Okay, I didn't realize that at all. What's actually your main class? Rogue. I play Rogue mostly. But I do play alts, right? I play Death Knight. I play Shaman. I've been playing Paladin recently with Holy. I got the Mage Shower done on Holy. Mage. Well, I play everything. But I try to like broaden my horizons a bit. My main though is Rogue. That's what I rate on right now. That's my favorite class of all times. Maybe for 9-2 I'll do a bunch of class guides though. I think it might not be a bad idea since I spend a lot of time playing alts, right? Maybe I'll do a bunch of class guides from last patch with a tier set. One of the biggest updates is the tier sets, man. I'm hoping to get a lot of good ones in there. Senchu's ready? Yo, if you can't get one for Athaman, man, it's all good. No worries. No worries, boys. Looking for 2 more horde group? Sounds good, my guy. Sounds good. Do you guys want to try to get some PTR duels tomorrow? Chat, EU, the boys that are regular join duels. Would you guys be interested in half the duels tomorrow being on NA and the other half being on PTR so EU can join in? There's a PvP vendor on PTR with all the trinkets. So you literally just buy all your PvP gear from him and we just queue. And you can try all the new stuff. If you want to try the tier set, you can, or just go straight to PvP gear. What can I buy a stash like that? Where can you buy that? Well, how much does a visa to Russia cost? Like, I'm pretty sure if you go to Russia and you party with the boys there, dude, party with some gopniks, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to grow one, dude. You drink a bunch of kvass, however much kvass costs. Kvass is like this, it's basically beer minus the alcohol. Dude, Russians drink so much alcohol, it's not even funny. But kvass is basically like a beer-like drink, like fermented and everything, minus any alcohol. And apparently they love it in Russia. So yeah, whatever the price of a visa right now is. Yeah, go for it, Atho. I'm fine with that, my guy. I love the name in every class of no Hunter and this Hunter. But Hunter. Yo, okay, Tyler, I should have named Hunter too, because allow me survival. I'm still trying to get I got the Beastmaster Hunter skin, Beastmaster challenge done. I want to do one survival, because survival is really easy. Я не русский. Архи, ты не русский? Откуда ты где? Откуда ты? Archie says he's not Russian, is he Ukrainian? Это украинец или что? Откуда? Какой славы Россия? Какой как его? It's какой? What I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say in Russian. Yeah, it's Kavkaza. It's going off Kavkazi. Okay. He's like from Caucasus, I think, right? Kavkaz, I think it's Caucasus. Like from the mountains. I remember you. In the mountains. On his Dagestana. Okay. Stanana from the mountain. I remember you. In the mountain. I like that. Хорошо. And it's now. That's sure. I feel like whenever I say I got Russians in chat, I should say there's a lot of Slavs in the chat. You know what I mean? There's lots of Slavs in the chat. One more for Horde. Yo, You haven't got a hoarding? Yo, Anto, you might actually be passed out by another horde group. What the hell? Med så du orker skal. I don't think I'm gonna translate that one. I don't know if that one of the words in it is bad, but I'm just gonna not do it. I heard somebody describing somebody like that. Somebody describing one another in like a Russian vlog, struggling. They're all interested, not interested. That's all good, Atho. No worries, my guy. No worries, boys. Let's give it like a minute. If we get no groups, we'll call it there. I've had a fantastic time with you boys. This is unfair. I'm sorry, Outload. You got to play once, but we can do this every single week. We do this on EU Friday and Saturday on NA, and sometimes you hop on PTR where both EU and NA can join in. For Atho, it's all good. Я, кстати, тоже не русский. Where are all the Russians at then? Где русские в чате? Да. No Russians in the chat today. We got Araki, we got Anton, but no Russians. We got no Krag or none of them. What the hell? One more horde, yo, one more. Chat, when the clock strikes 7:28, we'll call it there, right? When it strikes 7:28, we'll call it. Cause I gotta get food, man. I gotta get food. I gotta watch Witcher. I gotta chill. It's all good, Arthur. Don't worry about it. It's late, dude. It's 1 a.m. for you guys. You don't even say it's dead. It's 1:27 a.m. server time, man. It's fine. No worries. Don't worry about it. I'm pretty sure we've done this duels like 2 hours ago than normally we do. Like 2 hours earlier than normally when we start. There's probably a lot more boys in here, but we're going late, man. We're 7:28. Usually duels get cut off by 7 because it's late for you guys. Беларуси. Oh, белорусские. Нравится. Я никогда не был в Беларусь. Я видел, like, Bolden Banker блоги на Беларусь. Выглядит отлично там. Выглядит приятно. Хотел один раз переехать, повидеть Беларусь сам. Best Russian I could do. Really scuffed. I'm trying to level my feral these days. How are we doing PvE and PvP according to you? PvP, you're fantastic. PvE, you're a little bit of an underdog, a little bit of like an amoeba, a bit of a wild card, but you're not terrible. You're probably one of the best boss damage classes. You do insanely good truck and boss damage. What else? Ruski in the mist. What's up, Noki? How you doing, man? No, ferals are pretty good. On boss damage. They're not super popular for M+, but they can do well. They don't do bad, but you're fantastic in PvP, fantastic in anywhere where you do like single target boss dam. They're great. And my left, we only got 4. Oh, it's all good. We're ready? Oh, I'm sorry, Outlawed. I should have queued, man. Unfortunate. I'll give him like 20 seconds, and then we'll call it, because I do gotta go. 20 seconds. I didn't mean it. Boys, thank you so much for hanging out. Super fun hanging out with all of you boys. You guys have fun to chill with, man. Tomorrow we got more duels. How would you guys feel about PTR duels tomorrow? Yes or no? PTR duels tomorrow, yes or no? How you feel about it, boys? Because I'm thinking do some duels over on the NA or try to get some NA duels going. But if you're struggling to get groups on NA, I'm thinking switch to some PTR duels so EU and NA can join. Would you guys want to join in? All you have to do is download PTR and make sure you get your character set up by tomorrow. I'll probably make an announcement ahead of time. Yes or no for PTR, boys? What are you thinking? Yes? Because I think it'd be kind of fun because you got tier sets, so you don't have to worry about gear. It'll be all evenly matched. You could try the new tier sets if you want to, new trinkets if you want to. Yes? Okay, I'll make a post about it tomorrow when I wake up. I'll make a post be like, yo, we'll do a part of it today's duels, NA duels, but then we'll also do PTR where both NA and the EU want to join. If you guys want to take the time out of the video to set up a PTR character, have a video linked, all that. Once I will lag? Probably, but it's not complete. Yeah, EU will lag for sure. EU will lag, but a lot of, like, even the EU boys, like, I feel like we don't do a lot of PTR duels, and I feel like you can kind of get used to the lag. There is lag, but it's not so bad it's unplayable from what I heard. It's annoying, is how I would describe it. Yeah, Demon Hunter. Yeah, it'd be kind of fun to see a bunch of different classes, covenants, what seems strong. And tier sets too. Alright, chat, we're gonna call it here. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate all of you. Tomorrow, most likely, definitely doing NA duels, but then we'll probably do some PTR duels as well. I'll try to remember to make a post about it, but right now I'm gonna go eat food, watch Witcher, hang out, have a good time. Thank you, boys. You guys are wonderful. beautiful. Super fun hanging out with all of you. And I'll see you boys all next stream. Alrighty. Peace.